Welcome to Your Life in Film. I'm your host, Ted Bennett. Joining me this week, Cory Ife. Cory is the lead singer to the band Modern Reptiles. Modern Reptiles are a frantic alt-rock punk band, mixing new wave covers with their own stuff. If you're fans of The Cure, Oingo Boingo and Danny Elfman, then you'll love their stuff. Cory was telling me once how he managed to get one of his songs in front of Danny Elfman, and Danny loved it, and invited him over to LA. Cory is also a big film fan, big horror fan. That's how I knew him first. I knew him just through talking films with him. Unedited recording of this was 4.5 hours long, and a lot of sort of like ADHD tangent talking had to be cut, so there's a bit of a reference to that later on, but that's okay. We start the conversation talking about my journalism, which led to talking about Demon Cundy.
Who's like the that's a cliche question, but who's like the most famous person that you've like journaled then? Chris Nolan? Yeah.
No, I saw him at an Empire Film Awards.
Hey, that's awesome.
He just walked straight past everyone, and it was like...
You saw Mr. Carpenter at the award.
Yeah,
awards
saw
thing
John
as well.
Carpenter,
Yeah.
Dean Cundy.
Yeah, Dean Cundy, I'm almost like... Because that's even like more niche, but it's like...
there's niche and he's done more things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like,
Like, he did
you
Jurassic
did
Park.
Yeah, you
That's
did
fucking
the
sick.
thing as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so many decent films.
It's
You
crazy
did
for
Rock
me
and
that,
Roll
like,
High School.
His lighting is just like my favourite. Like Halloween is like, you know, don't get me wrong, John's genius, but like the lighting in Halloween is what makes that movie.
The atmosphere in like Dean Cundy's work is, and a bit like I've said this about other people, but like Roger Deakins, what I love about like Deakins' work is that there's no single, oh, that's a Roger Deakins shot.
Yeah.
And Dean Cundy's the same. You don't look at Dean Cundy's work and go like, well, this is Dean Cundy.
Yeah.
You go, this is really nicely shot.
Yeah,
this is
totally.
This is perfect for the story you're being told.
100%.
Who did this? Of course it was
Dean Cundy.
Of
Yeah,
course
yeah.
it was.
Like,
and it's the same with like Deakins.
it's almost like good music. It's almost a little
Yes.
bit like that, like with that Danny Elfman, John Williams thing, where it's almost like sometimes music's better when it's like, it's almost like, you know, I can't remember his name, the guy that did Poltergeist, but you just listen to it and you go, that's perfect, I wonder who did that, rather than listen to it and go, that's John Williams.
Exactly.
You know
and
what I mean?
like,
Not that's a negative, but sometimes it's nice when it fills the space a bit more
yes.
subconsciously.
Because
maybe
if you're taken out of it, if you're watching a film, like especially things like Darius Kanji, who did like Seven and Delicatessen and like Alien Resurrection and Amelie, like there's a very similar...
He did Alien Resurrection?
He did Alien Resurrection.
Wow, I didn't know that was the same guy that did those other... I've seen all 4 of those movies and I would never ever put Alien Resurrection in the same pot. It's like,
I'm fairly certain it is before we go
yeah, I believe it.
It's behind you, check.
Is it Alien Resurrection? You got the exact... Did that come in the box?
It did come in the box
I also
set.
had that exact same
And then
flick, that
I
blue
slowly
box.
upgraded as and when they came out. So I'm waiting for the third one to get a new box. Should be Darius Kanji.
You give it a go.
Fair.
Yeah, you found it.
Christ,
Nice.
Because it's followed by AFC. And I'm just like, what? The football
so
club?
random.
I don't know. But yeah, written by Joss Whedon.
I just read that on the back too, and I was going to say, what the fuck? I had no idea he had his hands on that movie too. What a weird movie.
It is a weird one. And I
weird
rewatched
movie.
it recently and...
It's bad. It's bad.
It's
and
not
it's
good.
not even like kind of funny bad. Apart from the Sigourney Weaver baseball shot's pretty awesome.
like...
Yeah, that's probably the only plus point of the whole
That's
movie.
the thing. Like, I remember not mind... Like, as a kid, I remember thinking it was good fun.
Yeah,
And then rewatching it, like,
it's awful. It's like
this isn't good.
It's just weird. It's like the Jason X of the Alien franchise, where it's just like it's like completely different tonally. It's completely different. Like
it's definitely
like the
got...
visual style's completely different as well. Like it wasn't even trying to imitate.
No.
It was like just trying to be its own thing.
Which I respect. I can respect if you're going to be like, okay, you're going to do your own thing.
Yeah,
But like Fincher did his own thing, and you know, the Fincher cut of 3 I really like.
I always get confused between the two. Is the Fincher one where it comes out dog and the one that was in the cinema, or does it come out the cow and that was the one that we got on like DVD way
Other
later?
way around.
Oh, the Fincher one is the one where it comes out the cow,
I believe so.
and that was the one in the cinema.
No,
that was the one on the.
I believe the dog was the one in the cinema.
The movie,
and that's why
yeah.
everyone thought it looked really silly.
Yes,
And the cow, it kind of makes more sense that it comes out of something
a bit bigger.
And I don't know. I can't remember.
I can see why they went with the dog. I feel like the dog's more like emotionally
Emotionally driven, and also like a dog would go sniffing. You know what I mean? Like a dog would be like, "What's all this?" Don't do anything. But a cow is also docile enough to
just get it,
just like sit and take it.
Yeah,
and
this is true.
And go.
Yeah,
But I like the third.
I don't mind it either. I think there's a lot of good stuff in it. I think they just shot themselves in the foot. I don't know when they decided it, but when Newton, where they weren't going to be in
Oh
it.
yeah.
I actually genuinely think if those two were in it and it was the exact same movie, people would probably think it's like it was the perfect end to the trilogy.
Probably.
Like with her like diving in at the end with the alien, but like that. Well, that's fucking awesome, and like and the prison's cool.
Yeah.
Like the idea of stripping all the weapons away and like an alien on a loose of a prison is really scary.
It brings you back to that first one where there's one.
Just one.
And
Yeah.
chase.
It's really inside the whole movie
Yeah.
as well. Paul McGann's in it too.
Yeah, there's loads of people in that first one.
They were really try hard in it. It's like
Yeah.
it's just kind of a bit sad almost that it didn't quite land.
Work.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite work.
I mean, luckily Fincher got over it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
well, yeah.
Comebacks was
it his
7.
first movie?
It was his first film. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, he had done a fuck ton of music videos.
Yeah,
Like he had done a lot of music videos, like and a lot for like Nine Inch Nails. So
yeah, they could see like the horror trajectory almost. Yeah, yeah.
And you know, I think it's no surprise that he got Nine Inch Nails to do some of the music for Seven and like
Yeah,
the intro
of
music.
course,
and then obviously for
yeah.
Fight Club he got it, and it's just sort of like, okay, yeah, they're mates.
Fight Club's usually like the Fincher movie that I think of. When someone says his name, it's just that I don't know why, but the cinematography in that movie is just like the one that seems to stand out to me for some reason.
I see 7 is for me, but I think it might be down to like the first one
That you saw.
maybe.
Yeah, see, I saw Fight Club first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
yeah,
I
there
think
you go.
I must have seen. I might have seen Alien 3 first, but 7 was the one I think I was most aware
Actually,
of.
that's a really good point. I probably did see Alien 3
Yeah.
first. Yeah, because I watched them when
But
I
I
was like
wouldn't have
really little.
known.
I watched all of them. Yeah,
I
like-
wouldn't have known that was
Yeah.
like, it's a David Fincher film.
But weirdly, that I was like, oh, Aliens is a James Cameron movie though. I like that was always like, I guess because of that and Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid, like they're the sort of like that
But,
sci-fi standard.
I would agree that like with Jurassic Park, I knew that was a Spielberg film.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I
same
mean?
as
It was
Jaws, right? It's like, oh,
I know
Spielberg.
what that is. I know what that is.
Yeah,
What about Alien 3?
Who?
It's a film.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, although nowadays, now I'm like, do you know about Chuck Russell?
No?
Chuck Russell, he did Nightmare Part 3.
Oh yeah.
And The Blob.
Nice.
And The Mask, which are like 3 of my all-time favorites. They're like what I would consider like top like 5, 10 Cory movies. Where it's like I don't think they're necessarily like of the greatest quality ever. They just like
I love them.
My personalities from like I absorbed it into me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But he passed away, which was really gutted. Yeah, I think it was like a couple of days ago, maybe like a week ago. But I love all 3 of those movies. I didn't realize until he passed away that he did all 3 of those movies, and I was like, oh man, bro was the king of the Blob, the Mask.
It is weird when you find out that like I liked loads of films when I was younger. I was into the Trancer movies and Nemesis and Cyborg, which I got over there, and like Reanimator.
I love Reanimator,
and I love all of those movies. And then you find out that it's like, oh, it's Charles Band, Stuart Gordon, Brian Yuzna, and Albert Pien, and that was just those guys.
And all of them were just those guys.
All of them were those guys. And then you're just like, oh, those guys are sick. And
Yeah.
And don't worry, if you like this, there's 1,000 more. Of them. And
There's
like,
nothing better than that when you finally discover like it turns out it's like, oh wait, this same group made loads of things that I like, and it turns out they just made like a plethora.
They
awesome.
made everything.
Yeah.
know?
Nice to hear some Reanimator love as well. I feel like that one. I feel like nowadays actually it kind of has crawled out of like a cult sort. Like it used to be super niche.
Super niche, but now I think Stuart Gordon, because he also did like From Beyond, didn't he?
Yes.
Like I feel like he's gotten that next level.
Yes.
Like his films are now considered like, well, they're the best of that, so we'll refer to his work well.
Yes.
Like whereas like Albert Pien still doesn't. Well, he passed, but like they still don't talk about Albert Pien's work in the same way.
Not in like a regard that it needs to be.
Yeah,
like.
and it's like no, you should, because he did some bangers. Like,
yeah.
But
There's so many directors like that, like that just come and go. Like for example, like not like is a bad, but you hadn't heard about Chuck Russell passing away.
Yeah,
but if Steven Spielberg died right now,
we'd all know.
Yeah. But everybody I know has probably seen The Mask.
Yeah,
and like most people I'd speak to would probably say Nightmare 1 or 3 is their favorite.
100%,
yeah. You know what I mean? You know, and have you ever seen the Blob remake?
I don't think I have seen the Blob remake.
Oh, you have to borrow it from me. They never released it over here, but you've got a regional free player, so it's fine. So that's one for great effects. I'd actually argue that the effects are as good as the Thing in the Blob. They are absolutely insane. The rest of the movie, maybe not. Yeah,
the shelves behind you can see. I'm not always that worried about the rest
quality
of the movie.
So you'll probably love it then, because it's just like it's practical effect heaven. That's what the movie is. This is and it's got a really young. What's the woman in Saw who plays Amanda? What's her name? That's gonna annoy me.
And what's worse is that that's the only franchise I have nothing of. I like the films.
Yeah,
I really do.
I like the first two, like, and then I'm a bit like,
if you put on any of the others, I won't know which one it is.
yeah, that's where I'm at as well.
But I don't have any of the Saw films, so I can't even be like, yes,
let's have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a reason for that, or you just haven't picked them up yet? It's because they keep making them. You want like a box of them.
No, I definitely don't care about the box. Like, my buddy Sam loves them, and like he swears by them. He thinks that they're like he has them all, and he's like, yeah, you've met Sam. He's a big Halloween fan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's
probably
like, whenever we've talked about like the Steel books, he like of a new release of the Halloween things, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to pre-order all of those, and like he has to have every version of Halloween
ever. Like, yeah.
His Jurassic Park, like his Halloween and Jurassic Park are like his two big films, and he has everything for Jurassic Park, and he like is close to doing that with Halloween.
Yeah, awesome.
But Saw, I think, would be his next one down, where he's like, I have them all on Steelbook, and I have them all. I think when they go into Blu-ray,
4K, I got them. Yeah. I got the special editions of them. Yeah, I got the spin. You're just in the spinny gear versions. Yeah, like those.
And that's the thing. Like, he will have done all of that, so I would have just gone like, cool.
Yeah,
like, I'll borrow them off you.
I was gonna say, literally. You got a Saw. Just
yeah. You know, like, I only just want to watch them. I don't care for them. A bit like the Paranormal Activities. Like,
those movies I think are trash. To be honest,
don't mind the first one.
Yeah, it's a cool, like, gimmicky, like,
sure.
Yeah, and I can see the CCTV thing at the time. It was like I didn't watch it when it came out, so I sort of have to look at it through that lens and be like, I bet that made it really real.
Yeah, it was terrifying when I first saw it. It was like when it first came out. It was terrifying until the cloven hooves. Thing, and I was like, get off.
Yeah.
Like, that's not scary, mate. But the whole thing of like the CCTV and the banging downstairs and everyone running around, terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, really well done. And when you look at it from a filmmaker's perspective, it's the most like profitable.
Yeah, that low budget to be putting it in the cinemas and everybody knows it. That sort of dream.
What was it made for like 24 grand or something?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Basically nothing.
Nothing for it. And it's the most profitable, although it's not in the $1 billion.
It's not like the highest grossing, but it is the most profitable.
Most profit, and it's like that and Blair Witch. Like,
did you see? Speaking about paranormal, just while I'm on it, really quickly, did you see the stage show they're doing at the moment, which is actually like really impressive? It's like it's Paranormal Activity, basically on like Broadway, but it's like a whole house set. So you can see it's like, you know, like a dollhouse.
Yeah.
So and each room has like stuff going on and like the ghosties appearing in like one room, and that's like their CCTV, which I just thought was like super impressive.
Yeah, that is decent.
But like that's paranormal, like Paranormal Activity. Just like I thought, what are they on, like 8 now, 7?
Yeah.
Like that would just.
And I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't quite like Saw. It's kind of like, okay, we're just changing up and we're doing stuff.
You can change the killer, you can rotate, but always have the traps and stuff. But there's no one bad guy in Paranormal Activity.
Right?
It's just sort of like the
demons
ghosts.
back.
Yeah.
Get off. I did see Ghost Stories, the play.
Oh,
did you ever see that?
No, is it like M.I. James Ghost Stories or something? Is it or
no? It's but good shout out. I
wish it was.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Talk about him forever.
Sick.
My guy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Together on that one. Yeah. M.I. James is the tits.
That's all. Thank the Lord. Somebody else knows. Certain people in my work will be like, you ever seen like, A View from a Hill? Have you ever read that? And I'll be like, read what? Yeah.
Oh, come on, you must have seen Come On, I'll Whistle to You.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's like...
I'll be like, that's a warning to the curious. And then, they'll be like, what? Yeah, no,
the amount of times I've like tried to explain like the mezzotint to people.
Oh, that's like when I was doing this in the shop yesterday. I was literally talking about this really awesome painting and it moves when he's looking at it. It's like crawling across the floor.
And then people are just like, "What word are you trying to say?" And like, mezzotint is the word. Yeah. And they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Wait, you don't know what I'm talking about. You can't be correcting me on a word that you have no idea what it is." Like, I've read the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Fucking duckets. But no, Ghost Stories is the Andy Nyman who does Darren Brown's stuff with him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like, it's not Pemberton, but like some of those, like the Steve Pemberton, that lot.
Yeah.
And it was this stage production about paranormal activities that happen, and then the lecturer does 3 examples of like what the person thought they saw, and it's a stage production, and it was fucking terrifying.
Awesome.
It was sick, and they all tie up for an end thing, which is really nice.
That's really cool. Yeah,
it's really decent. And
they still do it.
I think it's a touring production at the moment.
Yeah. I'll have to keep my. That sounds like my cup of tea more than.
Sure it was at Shrewsbury like last year.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course it was last year. Yeah.
But yeah, like I went to see it years ago, and then they did a film of it, and the film's all right, but obviously try and get it as the stage production, because the stage production was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It's so weird to be afraid in real life.
It's so much different, isn't it? It's so much different.
It's like, oh, I'm scared.
I'm like, oh,
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
It's like it's like those classics, I like Phantom of the Opera and all that just lasted so many, like the chandelier, you know what I mean? Everybody's like, even if you've seen it like 10 times before, it's like, it's going to fall this time, you know?
Yeah, I love it all that shit. But yeah, I think like horrors are always, the go-to, because horror always has that element of it could do anything, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah. That's why they're always my favorite as a kid, and I feel like that there's always the you have to like beat your mind to put it on when you're a kid. Like, oh
my god,
like
that fear as a kid. I miss it.
I miss that feeling of like being scared when it's on. It's not even before you put it on. You know what I mean?
Am I going to be alright? Am I going to be alright?
Yeah. It's going to really freak me out.
It's going to really scare me. It's going to ruin me all night. I miss
that feeling. Yeah, exactly. Or even like, I'm going to watch this and I'm going to tell my mum and dad. They're going to tell me off because I shouldn't have seen it. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't have watched that. Yeah. Now I've got to find films that are like, there's that horrible. Is it Lucifer Valentine's films? Or Valentine Lucifer, I don't know. But it's like vomit murder dolls or something. And they're just like gore porn, horror, lots
OTT,
of, lots of like just throwing up and like weird pus stuff. And you're just like, I don't want to watch that. But I feel like that's the only thing that would trigger the same sort of
you've got to be in a like cannibal, like was it Cannibal Holocaust or something? It's almost got to be like it's almost like getting that almost step to go, or like faces of death. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, maybe should I be watching this?
Should I be watching this? Yeah. Whereas before it was like, oh, should I watch Halloween?
Yeah.
Should I watch Exorcist?
Yeah. Is it going to be too scary?
Is it going to be too much for me?
Yeah.
Whereas I think the last film that actually made me jump was Smile 2.
Really? That's random.
And it. Like
those two movies are actually okay.
Smile 2 is really good.
Yeah,
Smile 1's good, but 2 is really
interestingly. I have like a weird opinion, maybe weird opinion on those movies, but like I actually prefer the first one, but I actually think all the ideas in the second one are better. It's just I think the first one is a more basic idea, but I don't know what, I find its execution a bit more like streamlined,
a bit tighter.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, the second one was the one he wanted to make.
I see.
So then he couldn't get it, so he wanted to do a proof of concept. So he did a short, I believe. The short got picked up, but then they were like, but we won't give you the money for the scope for 2, so you can do like
your short film, but an hour and a half. And then when that got like the traction, they were like, here you go, you can have it. And I think that's happened to Gareth Edwards on the Raid films. Yeah.
Like Raid 2 was the film he wanted to make. Yeah.
That's insane. I love those movies, by the way. The Raid, they're awesome.
Good.
They're like, awesome. Also another movie that we've mentioned, like Return of the Living Dead, where they just happen to use the like exact same cast again, playing different characters. It's just really funny.
And we're like, we're fine with that? Okay, cool.
Oh sure, let's just we'll just presume that everybody's just gonna like not gonna care.
If you're worrying about that, you're worrying about the wrong
too
thing.
much. You're worrying too much. Yeah.
But I am talking about people that I've interviewed Gareth Edwards and Iko Uwais from the Raid.
Way.
So they were really. It's really weird that it's a Welsh guy from Glamorgan. Directed those films.
That's very strange. Yeah, that's like, it's always awesome though to hear those close to home stories though.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, we can't get there if we want to. Like, people around us are doing it. You know?
Fucking, I know Lol Crawley doesn't live in Shrewsbury anymore, and he was only born in Shrewsbury and then lived in Paris. But like, he won the Oscar last year for best cinematography. Like,
yeah.
Guy from Shrewsbury.
Was he did he do the for Inception and stuff as well? The cinematography, or was that not him?
That'd be Wally Pfister.
What did this do?
Lol Crawley did Brutalist, and then is it Vox Latana? That one, Four Lions.
He
did a load of stuff, and I don't think it's Speaking Out of Turn. I think it's public knowledge. He's doing Damien Chazelle's next film.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
So he's definitely, he's got his like, but being born here, it's like the same as like that Daniel Craig thing, isn't it? It was like
he's Chester, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like really close. I think his dad lives here. I think that's like the rumor I always hear anyway.
Like Tony Blair's dad lived in Shawbury. You know what I mean? And you're like, so does that mean Tony... this was like while Tony Blair was like PM. It's like, does that mean Tony Blair could just be in Shrewsbury at some time?
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
It's just weird to think
like,
about.
I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
But then again, was it Shrewsbury used to have something like 2/3 of Britain's Apaches at one point? So...
All right. What a collection.
What a collection.
Yeah.
But like, I think that meant that on
2/3
terrorist like hotspots in the UK, Shrewsbury RAF was really high up.
Because of the Apache.
Because of all the Apaches.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And you're just like,
a million helicopters. So you just got like...
Like, I lived in Shrewsbury at the time. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that.
I have to worry about all the Apache helicopters being attacked.
Blown up. Come on.
So random.
But it is stupid. But I was going to segue, but I'm going to take my coffee first.
No, I did actually... I'll take some of my drinks, actually. In unison sitting.
Yeah. But yeah. Is your girlfriend... What's your girlfriend's name?
Bernadette.
Bernadette. Is she a film gal?
Yeah, she likes 80s movies, but she likes 80s. I'm the horror, she's the action.
Nice.
She's the Stallone, the Schwarzenegger, all of those type of guys. That's her cup of tea.
She's Hungarian?
Yes.
Yeah. Do they have much of an action...
Not really. Because before it was like, I think it was like the mid 80s. You would shoot me for not knowing the exact year, but like they were communist led, so they just had none of that for years.
Oh,
like,
I guess
they just weren't allowed it
when the wall fell.
Yeah,
that was all after that. Everything
exactly. Yeah, so it's all coming like through recent years.
Also, I imagine it's the same reason why like the Transformers films do well in China is because it's like what they're seeing it's not Western culture, and it's not... I know action movies are a bit, but like when you watch an action movie, you're not watching it for the dialogue.
No, yeah.
So you can watch the guns, the explosions. A Jackie Chan film, you don't need the subtitles on.
And that's why they do so well over here, and like
Exactly.
in America, because
Yeah.
it's not about, because it's like the it's almost like dancing in a sense, like the fighting.
Yeah.
The fighting it tells you what you need to know rather than the dialogue.
Well, that's why Bollywood films like...
Have you seen Triple R?
Oh, I love Triple R.
Wasn't it amazing? I literally watched it. I was like, someone was telling me, he was like, oh, it's a Bollywood movie, but I was like, oh, I've never really watched one before, so I'd give it a crack. And we watched it, and I was like, this is like one of the most badass 3 hours of my life.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so good.
3 hours though.
Yeah,
That's the problem with a lot of them. Did you watch Kill?
No.
Kill was an Indian film that came out a couple of years ago, and that's not as long, but it also did two things that I was not expecting. I'm not going to tell you what one of them was.
Okay.
But it happened at about halfway through, to the point where you were like, oh, really?
Yeah,
You're going to
okay.
do that? Okay, that's bold. And then the other one was, the film might have been on for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the name credit came up.
Wow, after like a half an hour
Like, we were in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You'd gone past that point where you're like,
There's
oh,
a
and
couple
now it
movies
is.
that have done that. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There's a couple movies that have done like they drop the name title like half an hour in or something.
This felt wrong.
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah. You noticed it.
You put that in at the wrong point because you shouldn't have shown me that right now. You know,
that almost took you out of it.
Kind of.
Yeah, you were just
like,
oh,
I'm watching a film.
Yeah.
But that's all right. But yeah, like Triple R was sick. There was a Captain Miller. That was another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Babu Bali, that's another good one. They do action films great, but they do them. You instead of action dance story repeated.
Yeah.
And what it is that like the reason the stories are so like sprawling and there's a dance number and an action piece is because you're not as a viewer in an Indian cinema, you're not expected to watch the whole thing.
Oh, really?
You're meant to go... I say you're not meant to. Like,
Yeah.
it is expected that you'll be like, I have an hour. I'm going to go watch whatever's on, and I will get an action sequence, I will get a dance sequence, and I'll get a little bit of romance.
Yeah.
And then I'll fuck off.
I see, yeah. So it's way more to like... That's strange. But I get it, though.
I love the idea of it, is that, like, I've got half an hour to kill, what should I do? It's like,
like this one, I know when I go into this, no matter what time I go in, I will be entertained.
You'll
I will get my
something.
my three big bits. I'll get a dance, I'll get an action, I'll get a romance.
Done.
Like, it's kind of awesome. It kind of makes sense to me, like in a way to entice people to the cinema.
And it's a movie then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're getting like a piece of... It's slightly like theater. It's an amusement ride.
Yeah,
you're getting
the amusement
enjoyment.
ride is exactly sort of the synonym that I was thinking of. Like that makes sense to me. Like the sort of, you just go in and experience the emotions. It's not really about attaching yourself to the film. It's just experiencing what's on screen, and that's it. When you walk out, it's sort of over.
Yeah. Which
I
think, I don't think there's anything wrong with like that fast food element of film where it's offering you nothing nutritional. You're just going to enjoy it for the moment that you're eating.
Yeah, I mean,
as soon as it's done,
that's ruling the cinema at the moment, right? I mean, is that not what like half of the superhero movies are out? Well, yeah, 90% of all of yeah.
And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think much like fast food, it's
when you eat too much of it,
it's a treat you should be having. And
yeah,
it's not a treat, but you know what I mean. Like, you should treat it like a treat. You shouldn't be eating it every meal.
Yeah.
So
you're so right. Yeah, it's a great way of putting it.
If you're getting it every meal, you are just a bit like, this is tasteless and bland. I don't want any of it. And it's like, yeah, because you're getting too much of it.
Yeah. It's like trying to eat a Big Mac every day. It's like, you get like, you know what I mean? Once you get 3 days in, it's just like, my God.
The joy of this is no longer around.
Yeah. It's a chore to watch it rather than a...
And that's all the Marvel films for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Which is a shame, because I loved them when they were first popping off.
Like we're talking like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was working at the cinema when Iron Man
no, wait,
came
which
out.
one?
Same one as you, baby.
Cineworld Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
awesome.
a projectionist.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. That's way out. That's cool.
You've worked at cinema, you've worked at HMV, you work now at Megastore, and you're a musician.
Yeah.
Film has obviously been...
So film was my first love. Like, film was my first love. That's why I started with cinema. Film was. It's funny. I'm more of a musician by fate rather than
by trade.
Yeah, kind of. To be honest, like I feel like I'm better at music and like music performance, but my true heart is in film.
Did you never think of like doing film?
I did. I did do film at college, but it was COVID, so it was rubbish, and we had to like make everything ourselves and do nothing as a team. And like, I missed all my film exams; they were just done off like it was just so all of our film trips to film sets and stuff all got canned. Like, we were supposed to go to New York. I think around the time, it probably would have been like John Wick or something. Yeah. The set we would have been on something. It was usually like some high action movie. Yeah. You know what I mean? Missed all of that. I did make some Halloween fan films in like 2018, 2019.
Still got them?
Oh yeah, they're on YouTube. I'll have to throw them to you. I'll definitely throw them in there. Yeah, yourself's in the first two. I'm Michael in the first one, and then I'm Michael and somebody else in the second one. But it was just me and my mate, and we filmed them all, propped them all. Literally, we found like an abandoned house, literally just broke in, filmed inside there. You know, classic like
as it should be,
guerrilla filmmaking sort of thing. And I loved it. It was I loved all the process. I loved filming it. I loved like planning it. I love filming it, and I love editing stuff. I love editing the film together is like where it really truly comes to me. I love like adding stupid. It's nighttime, so I love adding a bit of crickets in the background. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
no, totally.
Bit of ambient wind in the background, like that type of shit is like my favorite.
To me, like editing is always the bit where. Like, they always say, like, the film is made 3 times.
I was just that's literally, I was just like, should I say it? Oh, am I going to sound like a pretentious brain?
Yeah, you say it and just accept the consequences. But but whenever I edit, like, I will always edit, I probably shouldn't say it, but I'll always offer a free edit to a mate. You know what I mean? Because to me, I'm always like, I'll edit that for you.
Totally.
Because I love editing.
It's so much fun.
Like, that's where the fun is for me. So... Whenever anyone's sort of like, do you mind doing this? I'm like, shooting it for you. I'll shoot it. I don't mind. Yeah, I'll do that. And they're like, would you edit for me? It's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, no worries. When?
Like, send it to me now. I'll do it right now.
Honestly, and I love watching, like, I love watching the different takes and choosing the best one and, you know, all that type of stuff. Like and like I was saying
or when you see, like, something at the beginning of a first take and something at the end of a third take and you're like, right.
How can I?
I'm going to have to use both of those. So what can I do? Where's a good cut? Do I have a reaction somewhere else that I can slot in and then it's two? And I love finding like,
like a beautiful transition, like in between. It's just like amazing. Like I absolutely love it. Like, and I love like, this sounds kind of funny, but I love like stealing editing techniques from films that I've watched recently as well. Like, I think it was like with 2018 we made our first Halloween film. It was before the 40th one was coming out. Okay. I was like, I'm already already. I was like, we got to jump on it. But I think I'd just seen Hereditary. So we do this really awesome like matte shot where it's like him. He's like in the chair, like looking at the computer desk, like looking outside and stuff, and he falls asleep in the chair, and it just goes like boom, and you get the cut to nighttime shot. And I just like stole it straight from Hereditary. But I loved matching it and making it and being like, yeah, like just like the movie that I watched. That's awesome.
I love it though, and I think that's always like the most fun if you are like sort of an up and coming filmmaker, or even any fucking filmmaker. Fuck it.
Yeah,
like, just being like, oh, I like that shot. And then just trying to make that shot, and then being like, "Why the fuck can I get the lighting right? Why the fuck can I get the editing right?"
That's why Halloween is my favorite movie. I think that's why it takes the cake out. There's so many movies that I could maybe throw up to the top, but I think at the end of the day, because it hits. When I was a kid and I watched it, I just watched it and I was like, I could make that whole movie myself. Like, and there's something about that inspiration.
It's
there's something
so
like
doable.
That's the scariest and most atmospheric, and the music's awesome, and it's made. And he did like one guy did three, like wrote it, directed it, and scored it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's amazing. I was
That's
just like,
completely
you know,
doable.
and you can make like literally, and it's a guy in some literally $2 store mask chasing a bunch of girls around. Like, it literally sounds like the tackiest movie ever made.
It could have gone so horribly wrong.
Yeah, it could have been so bad.
Like, obviously now when you look at it, like, but you got Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis was a
Nobody.
nepo babe.
Yeah,
genuinely. It wasn't like you were going like, oh, the kid of, well then she's going to be amazing. It's going to be like, okay, there's a kid of, that's probably going to help us sell the fucker.
Well, yeah, we'll give it a go. Yeah, we'll give you a couple extra to put Donald Pleasance in it, so because we need someone to sell this.
You need some name in there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, hold on, we're going places with this. Yeah. This is a thing. This isn't nonsense. This is a thing. You know?
Yeah. And now it's like, you know, the movie is almost synonymous with the holiday. Like, right? They just come hand in hand, and like they captured, like to capture an atmosphere on camera was just like so inspiring.
And
to
it's
me.
the most autumnal feeling film that was made in, you know, the summer.
Yeah,
but like,
literally.
Whenever I feel, because I watch films seasonally, like
I'm exactly the same. I won't watch Christmas. You can't watch Home Alone 2 if it's not December.
Not going to.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, 100%.
Not a lunatic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
V for Vendetta only on Bonfire Night.
Jaws is getting to its end of its run for me. I can't watch Jaws after sort of August, September time. Because then it's like,
Although, like, hilariously, like, that was probably my favorite, like, growing up movie. Hilarious. I thought The Fact was amazing when I was a kid that it came out on my birthday in the UK. But that was the 26th of December, 1975, and I was like,
why the fuck was it released in?
I was like, who in their right mind was like, oh, biggest, like, we've created the summer blockbuster, let's release it in Christmas.
The fact that it did that and it still made the numbers like
money,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, I think it went from like December, and I think it was just out like all year until
films
like,
did also stay in
like 2 years
longer,
sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like Terminator 2 was in the cinema for like a year and a half, 2 years or something, wasn't it? Like ages. It had a run.
It's a good film. Well, we keep skirting around these things, but maybe I should ask the first question.
Oh, yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah.
What was the first film you saw at the cinema?
The first film I saw at the cinema, well, I'm going to go with the first thing I remember seeing at the cinema, and this is kind of a hilarious story, but it's really randomly, it's Casino Royale.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I just loved James Bond. I really liked Indiana Jones as well.
Yeah.
So, which is funny, looking obviously at the backstory, and they basically watched James Bond and were like, "Hey, I'm gonna make that.
Let's do an American version.
Let's put him in a fedora with a whip." Massive James Bond fan. So it came out. I think late. I think it might have come out around like November time. Casino Royale. So I saw it just after I think it was like my 4 to 6. So I think I would have been like just turning 4. But I was like huge into James Bond. Huge. I had From Russia with Love on the PS2. And I absolutely loved playing that. And like that game like cemented is out of all the things Sean Connery is like my favourite Bond, because he came back and did the voice, which was like pretty unheard. It was the only thing he came out of retirement for.
Yeah.
Since he retired, he did that one thing. He was like, I'll be James Bond again, which is cool. But I absolutely loved it, and I remember going to watch it, and there were like 2-3 things that I remember watching in it, like it was yesterday. I remember watching the African chase at the beginning and thinking it was the coolest shit I'd ever seen in my life. That 100%. Bit where that bit where he jumps from the crane to the crane and lands on it. I was like,
running up the crane.
Yeah, like that long shot of him running up. I was just like, as a kid, I was like, like literally, like it was like the craziest thing I'd ever seen. I remember as well watching, now I know, that with the scene where he gets poisoned in the casino, but I remember as a kid watching it and being like, what the hell is going on? I didn't understand like what a poison was. I couldn't like, I didn't read into the line that the drink had like poisoned him. So I just remember watching it, and he like runs to the car, and I just remember as a kid being like,
do martinis make you sick?
Yeah. and I just remember just watching it, being like kind of stressed out, being like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like I really remember that. And then my last bit is I remembered right at the end when the James Bond theme played, and I was like, oh, it's cleaner. I was like, I just remember as a kid just being like the happiest when the name's Bond.
I still think
the theme smashes in.
That might be my favorite. Casino Royale might be my favorite Bond.
I'd argue. I would maybe say it's the best one. My favourite will always be because of the PS2 game as well. But From Russia with Love, Sean Connery, and it's like everything after Goldfinger. It's not like a remake of Goldfinger, but Goldfinger created like this cutouts for like stage one. You need the Bond girl, you need the Aston, you need this, you need the bad guy, you need whether From Russia with, and Doctor No's a bit almost doesn't have any of that. It's missing too much of it, where it's almost just a bit of a. It's maybe controversial,
it's a bit nothingy.
It's a bit boring.
Yeah,
to be honest, for Doctor No, it doesn't quite actually know what the movie's trying to be. It doesn't know who James Bond is yet. Everybody's like kind of like they're what's it called when your teeth are growing through?
Like baby teeth.
Yeah, everyone's still kind of like it's all still getting in and getting into shape, and it's all sort of like there's a word for that, but I can't remember quite. Teething, yeah, it's in its teething process.
Yeah.
But then From Russia with Love, they sort of know who Bond is.
Yeah.
But it's not like a Bond trope movie. It's just a really good Bond espionage movie.
Yeah. And like Robert Shaw's really good in it, and like
as Red, yeah, he's
offers,
amazing.
Like some real good sort of like credibility to the scenes as well.
The train fight sequence is awesome, and he is like sort of a cheesy like future Bond villain, but he's not OTT. He's like an actual scary, real Russian assassin. Which I love.
It's all believable.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got we
haven't got missile cars yet. We haven't got like there isn't like crazy stuff. Like the crazy in from Russia with Love, like I'm trying to think. Like I don't think it even has an Aston Martin in it. Like the craziest bit probably is the train sequence at the end.
Doesn't the plane almost hit him?
The plane?
Isn't there a plane that flies really low?
It's a helicopter. Yeah, the helicopter's flying down. Yeah, you're probably
That's
right.
probably about as close.
Yeah, you're right. Then he's like ducking under the thing.
Yeah.
That bit's awesome, actually. Yeah, you got me there. That bit's great. But you've got like the woman bad guy in it as well, who's awesome with the spike in the shoe, and she scared the life out of me when I was a kid.
The spike in the shoe.
Me too.
I wish I could I don't know what the fuck I'd use a spike in the shoe for. Cutting an orange, maybe.
It just feels badass.
But it feels badass to be able to like stamp your foot and
it was awesome. I thought out of everything in the whole James Bond franchise they could have chose from, the Monopoly set, one of the 5 like items you get with it is the shoe with the spike out, and I was just like, that's awesome. I was like, somebody out there's also favourite is From Russia with Love, and I was like, that makes me happy.
Because you've realised like, oh, the boot is a playable piece normally.
Yeah. Ding!
Little ding.
Now it's James Bond. Yeah. And
I guess, is the top hat also a thing? Oh, it'd be a top hat.
The top hat. Yeah, it's like the odd job. Yeah. He's great, but he's Goldfinger as well, right?
Yeah.
Is he But Goldfinger's like you got. That's just like Aston Martin DB5. You got Pussy Galore. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
I do think like Goldfinger does sort of like it is the. If there was one Bond film, that's the one that it's like, oh, it's that one.
Yeah. You know? That's like that Casino Royale maybe being the best is like, but with Goldfinger, I'm always like. But that's like the Bond film that created. When you think of a Bond film, Casino Royale doesn't actually really follow any of what you think of what's going to be in it. Whether like Goldfinger is like it's just the gold standard for the James Bond movies. I think every other movie afterwards is sort of like doing something from that movie. Like it's not a remake of that movie, but it's that.
No, but I know what you mean. It is very much like a formula, which they're like, let's not deviate from this. It's a carry-on film. It's a police academy film.
Yeah,
it's just
that's the perfect way of putting it. Yeah, that's the perfect way of putting it. It became like they're almost making the same thing again because that's what people wanted, and I can't blame them because it's awesome.
No, and like in the same way, I wouldn't blame them for any of the fucking Fridays or the Freddies or the Halloweens.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I would say the Halloweens. I think the Halloweens deviated the most from it because obviously 3 is. Completely different.
Yeah, 6 is like a pretty gothic horror. Like
4 and 5, like that's not Jamie Lee. That's a completely different thing.
Halloween 4 is like low-key my favorite, like out of all of them. You know, I actually love that movie. Halloween 1's the best one, and it will always be like my favorite film. But like if I had to pick a Halloween franchise favorite, it'd maybe be 4. I love that movie to bits. 3
is for me.
Wow, really? I watched it recently, and I never realised how much of a scumbag like the main character is.
Tom Atkinson, yeah.
Yeah, he's like running off with his he's like sleeps with this girl. How old are you again? And then he's like bringing his wife like with a 6-pack of beers on the foot. I'm leaving.
And I love him.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I really like if you didn't call that film Halloween 3...
If it was called John Carpenter's Season of the Witch, it'd probably be held up there with The Fog and Prince of Dark. It would at least be with like Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
But it sits below all of them to most people. But have you seen Prince of Darkness?
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's like a super underrated Carpenter movie. But I wouldn't say Prince of Darkness is necessarily like a million times better than Halloween 3.
No, I'd rather watch Halloween 3.
Yeah. You think you'd rather watch Halloween 3?
I think I would. Yeah. It's a bold thing to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm saying it.
But Halloween, and like, Dean Cundy's back for Halloween 3. It's got amazing cinematography in it. That shot of the 3 trick-or-treaters in front of the sun, like...
Come on.
The mask, great. The commercial's amazing.
I think I always love the idea of a dodgy, like, science lab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something about that. Even, like, as a kid, like, the whole, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, or like Honey, I Shrunk the Baby, or whatever. Like, I think I Shrunk Myself.
Like the lab upstairs.
It's the idea of a lab.
Yeah.
Going to a lab. And there's, like, in Shrewsbury, is it Plumline?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a white building with that black semicircle staircase at the front. When we first moved to this town, I looked at that and I was like, oh shit.
That's where all the shit
goes down. That's a science lab. If this was a movie, that's where the outbreak's happening.
Yeah.
And I love that building.
That's the T-virus building right there, yeah.
And I've never been in it. I've never had any reason to go near it. But I've thought, like, if I ever made a film that
I was going to say, it's that filmmaker blood that you've got.
It's
like
that's the one.
Yeah.
Like, that is where people are going in.
I love that too. Like, I love the factory. The story, the masks is a great thing as well. Like, the idea of masks being sent out and then, like, the commercial to get the kids. And it's all, and like, which I also like about the first Halloween, which I think is why I like the fourth one a lot as well, which the other one sort of misses, that Michael Myers is like the babysit, but like the children are in danger.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one thing that the first movie I think is a massive strength. You got Tommy and Lindsay, like they're in danger from Michael Myers.
Well, like I remember the first time I watched Assault on Precinct 13, I was really shocked that the little girl gets shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember seeing that and being like, oh, you can't kill kids.
And
You're not allowed to kill
especially
kids.
back then. I mean, it's sort of become the trope to have in your intro sequence of a movie now. I feel like, especially since like it did it for 2017 when they had the Georgie scene. I feel like since then it's been like that. A Quiet Place, like even the X-Files reboot had it. Like
kill a kid right off the bat, and everyone knows
everyone's
the
gonna
stakes are real.
Yeah, exactly. It's like and that's kind of like lost it, you know, almost like. Speaking of the Blob remake, which you haven't seen, there's like, I mean, spoiler maybe.
Tell me.
Yeah, but there's a really awesome practical effect in that. But like, there's a whole chase sequence there.
I'll add it.
Shawnee, is that her name? Saw the woman, Amanda, Shauna, something like that. But she's helping these two kids escape. You've seen the original Blob. Yeah, so you know the cinema sequence where the blob comes out the projector, all awesome stuff. They end up escaping through the sewer system, and the blob is like underneath the water, and the water's like flying up, and they're running after it. Shawnee, it is Shawnee, Shawnee Smith. And one of the kids goes underneath. And they start climbing a ladder, and they sort of turn around and like, oh, put out your hand. And the kid comes out half like melted by the blob, like reaching out of the water. Yeah, and it's only for like 5 seconds. And they went back in, and it like terrified the life out of me when I was a kid. Like I was just like, oh, well, the kid died.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm not safe.
That's the darkest thing ever. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, maybe why I think Halloween tends to stick in a lot of kids' minds is because like you get like, you know, Tommy looking out the window and seeing Michael on the other side. But Lindsay's watching the movie and Michael's in the back. Like,
it's the same like with Spielberg doing everything from a kid's perspective. Like John did it from a kid's perspective, but like in such a good way that it was like, oh yeah, that's what it's like to be afraid as a kid.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Stevens is always like, had to be excited as a kid.
Yeah,
but to be afraid as a kid.
Like Spielberg's like that children's imagination, whether like is that like children's fear of the unknown, like that safety of being out, like what's going on outside our house.
Also, like you don't want to read into it too much with those things, like because it was just a Shatner mask painted white. But that sort of like, it's a faceless man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just a bloke.
Yeah, and I think like they're really awesome. I've got the Japanese poster. I've got like in Japan they do like the film guys and stuff. I've got the Halloween one. Nice. But Michael's actually drawn with as a face on that, which is really interesting, I find. So whoever watched it and did the poster took the mask as supposed to be him and not. And I thought that was a really intriguing like reading of the movie, because the movie sort of does. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, you get, like, the line, he took a couple of Halloween masks and a knife and all that type of, from Sheriff Brackett. But it made me like that mask sort of does, but the shape, like, but that, like you were saying, he does just look like a guy. It's not like Freddy where he's like super disfigured or evil,
that's the thing.
scary
Freddy
looking.
is Freddy.
Yeah,
I see Freddy. That's that. Whereas if you see a guy in a blue boiler suit and just like, I know it's a brilliant white face, but like just a face.
Yeah, it's just that sort of, and being
that's
like
anyone out the corner of your eye.
Yeah, and it's like that really like hometown suburban, like it just a guy, like really
guy on
just
his way
a guy.
To work.
Yeah.
Mechanic. That's just a mechanic.
And the walk as well, like just walk.
From
a guy
emergency.
just making a guy walking scary, and that is like from the view of a child. You know what I mean? Just a guy walking being scary.
Just a guy walking and not stopping.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. That like the
darkest eyes.
Yeah, the blackest eyes.
The devil's eyes.
So good. Oh, Donald Pleasance is a massive like bonus for that movie as well.
Yeah,
though. Like, and that's another reason going back to Halloween 4, he's like hamming it up in that shit, like with all the burn. Do you know what day it is? Do you remember the day? Like it's awesome. I love it.
Have you seen him in Wake in Fright?
No.
Oh, he's really good.
No, is he hamming it up in that too?
Hamming up. He plays like a drunk Aussie outback guy.
That sounds awesome. That's just amazing. What's it called?
Wake in Fright.
Wake in Fright. I must add that to my. I've got like Donald Pleasance always got room.
Arrow just released a lovely edition of it.
Arrow. I love Arrow. I love Arrow so much. Why? Although would they release the Halloween movies, please? Because they bought them and distributed them digitally, and then haven't done any physical release of them, and it's frustrating me a little bit because
What is the UK equivalent? Is there none? Is there?
We don't have a 4K here actually. Halloween. I don't think they. I think they did the Halloween 1 40th anniversary. They did 4K, and then we never got like a box set of the 5. I think they usually tend to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together, and then 6, 7, 8 together. It's Miramax and Trancas Universal, and they all sort of agree with each other. Whether Miramax, I think, is always the ones that like, now we want more money. So they just they've never done.
We want more money for the 3 shittest ones.
Yeah, genuinely. I'm a big hater of H2O. Actually, I'm glad
really?
you said that. Yeah, I'm a big disliker of that movie. I don't think it gets anything about Michael right, and I think that Jamie's killing it, but it's a Scream movie.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing. It's like
you know, it's like
it's trying to compete with the more modern stuff. It was the first one that I was aware of as a kid.
That's fair, yeah.
And I was too young to see it at the cinema, but I was old enough to see Retribution.
Oh
no,
Resurrection.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That was the one. That was the first
motherfucker.
First one I saw at the cinema.
That was my first Michael Myers in the cinema. That hurts.
Oh.
But that says a lot though. That's like crazy because like that came out the year I was born. So like that's like that. Isn't that like nuts? That was like the first Halloween you saw, and I always felt cursed by that. It came out the year I was born. It's like my favorite franchise, and it's like I got the worst one.
Hey, these things happen.
Yeah, it's just like damn you
bastards.
And here's a crazy effect. Right? Do you like Halloween 2?
I like Halloween 2.
Did you know it was directed by the same guy that did Halloween Resurrection?
Was it?
It's Rick Rosenthal. Same guy did both of those movies. Isn't that crazy?
All right.
Like one's like a complete, like a really good attempt at recreating like that Dean Cundy like a Halloween like John Carpenter feel, and the other is like this.
2 matches the theme.
Yeah, two is like, it seems like somebody watched a Halloween movie before they made it
and thought, oh, let's make this again.
Whether Halloween Resurrection
weird.
is like.
But did you know the same guy that did Casino Royale did GoldenEye?
I found that out literally like we were talking about, was it James Bond First Light, the game, and some customer mentioned it to me, and I was like, wow. He was literally like, I'm about to reinvent James Bond. You want to see me do it again?
Right? Like because I really like GoldenEye. It was the first one that I watched.
I'm a massive fan of GoldenEye.
Like that was the first Bond film.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, for me. So to me, it was like, oh, that's what the Bond stuff is now. Like Pierce Brosnan's the guy. I like him. He's cool.
Yeah.
And then the thought of, oh, we're going to reboot it, and we're going to bring in, a couple of characters that you already know, but it's a new Bond and it's a new world.
Yeah.
Well, who should we get to direct it? Same guy that did GoldenEye.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Like, you don't want to pick
a new guy,
a
fresh take. Yeah.
No, he did it well for that. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
But I love that they don't look like the same film whatsoever.
They don't look like they have anything to do with each other.
No.
Like they don't. It looks like the guy that made Casino Royale didn't watch GoldenEye.
Yes. Specifically, like.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of the Pierce Brosnan ones? No. So.
Yeah. You could make a movie.
Yeah.
It's like.
Then again, he might not have.
Yeah, he might have just made it. Yeah,
like, I'll make it.
It's crazy to me actually how many directors are like that.
Yeah,
that will film and think, and then they won't watch the finished
actors
product.
Won't watch.
Yeah,
I think it's really disrespectful.
Actors not to watch their movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think anyone, if you worked on a film and you thought it was
worth your time,
you
should watch
should watch the finished project.
I respect
you don't have to
that
watch
a
it
lot.
over and over.
Jesse Eisenberg's like that, isn't he? I've never watched any film that he's ever been in.
So how can he ever improve on his performance?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I'd be thinking. Yeah.
Whatever the last thing you made is currently your best work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Obviously you learn during the process so you can do better. Well, okay. Well, watch what you did. Where could you improve? And progress. Unless you have no interest in progressing and you're just happy to keep getting paid for the shtick you're doing.
So would you say it would be maybe like an ego thing to not watch it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's 100% an ego thing.
Yeah, and it's just like I've done my bit. Like I don't need to. Like I have nothing to learn from it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing I can gain out of watching.
Johnny
this
Depp's
movie.
thought process is like, I did my bit. It's not really any of my business what they do with my performance, and it's like,
yeah. So he doesn't watch them either.
No.
Wow. That surprises me actually as well. That surprises me a little bit.
I wonder if that's something that's happened over age.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like young Depp.
He definitely would have watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
I think even up to potentially Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But I think there was just a point, Rum Diary onwards, where.
Yeah, he just sort of was just like, when it just became, it was a shame because I feel like that's where the line draws actually, like, would you watch a film that you were in? I feel like that is almost like the line where it's like, am I doing it because it's a passion or am I doing it because it's a
fair
job?
Point. Did I do it purely for the money?
Yeah.
If I did, I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
I got what I needed from it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it back. Take it all back. I'm not standing on anything I just said.
Yeah, because I guess there could be like a little bit of like there could be a little bit also of like, oh, I'm embarrassed to watch myself. Like maybe people are too harsh.
Maybe. I did a behind the scenes for something once, and I put an edit out, and the director of the thing that I shot watched it, and he said, "Can we re-edit it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I don't know what you want from it, because I've given you the story of how we made it, or of how you made it."
Yeah.
And essentially, what he wanted was more. He wanted to be seen as a bit funnier, so it was a bit annoying.
Interesting.
And at the end, like in the credits, I put, written and like directed and edited by Ted Bennett, as the thing. And then when he sat next to me and was like, do this, do this, do this, I took my name off it. He goes like, you can put your name at the end. And I was like, no, it's not mine anymore. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, I didn't make this. You made this.
Yeah. You I'd click the buttons for you, but you put this together.
So, and like, that is a thing where it's like, I wouldn't like.
So you wouldn't watch that?
I wouldn't watch that, and I also don't reference it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not on a CV. I don't think I even have a copy of it anymore.
Yeah. See, that's interesting.
Like,
so there you go.
I completely.
Yeah. There you go. Eat your own words in front of me. Yeah.
God, I am such a hypocrite. Everyone was right about me.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Fuck. Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well.
Anyway,
I'll go get a job at Tesco's or something.
Yeah, you're gonna go
Stop trying to make film.
Humble yourself as a film journalist. Yeah.
Fuck. That's fine. So we've talked about a lot of the films that you watched as a kid, but what did you watch over and over again as a kid?
Over and over again. I absolutely loved Drop Dead Fred. Have you ever seen this movie?
Yes, I have seen
I absolutely adore that movie to bits and pieces. It was like that was my comfort movie when I was a kid.
Is this why you have your hair the way you have your hair?
No, I actually the thing is, right, my hair is like crazy because it's just funny because I don't think I could have ended up with hair that suited me anymore to my personality, but it's like completely just like, there's just no other way I can have it.
Right.
Like I don't it's not like this is just how it sits. I've got a bit of hairspray in it, but like other than that, there's just a bit of volume. That's it. My hair just grows like this.
Like, I'm trying to think of you with any other haircut would make me be like, no, you'd look odd.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
And everybody says that to me. Everyone's like, Corey, but I was like, oh, I should get my hair cut. I should do this. I should do that to it. And I'm like, nah, it's like your hair though, man. It's like there's something it like entwined to your personality. It was like it looks like somebody drew you based off like what you like.
Yeah,
and that's what I've been told. I was like, it looks like you look like somebody drew you over what you
don't
like.
Look like a caricature either, which is always nice because when you watch like my thing is. And it's especially, it was in 28, it was Bone Temple.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
There's a scene.
Really good stuff, though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
There's a scene which involves Ralph Fiennes mouthing to the song Number of the Beast.
Yes.
And when I watch that, I look at that as someone who goes like, oh, he doesn't like rock music because he's doing all the things that people who don't like rock music do when they think rock people like that music.
I see.
You know what I mean? So it's all just like devil horns and like doing crazy eyes. But it's like,
yeah.
Oh, if you've been to any show,
No,
we're not doing that.
really.
You know, like and I don't know, like there's always that thing of whenever you see someone...
the outside perspective of looking into what like a fan base is like when you're not a fan of it.
Like it's like when everyone does a goth on film, you're like you're cosplaying.
It's always just like goth. Cringe.
It's like that's not what a goth actually looks like. Like, come on. And I think there is a very like with your look there. If someone there are people that when you look at someone, you're like, you're doing that to get the attention. Yeah. And it's not with you. Like with you, it's such a natural look that it's like, oh yeah, that's a guy that's doing this thing. And that's always a nice like thing.
Yeah.
And it is nice when you see someone who's just doing their thing.
I feel like when like it's like you look at some people and you can see that when they're either in touch with themselves or they want to be something they're not.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? There's that discrepancy. It's like, are they being true to their heart or not?
That's the thing. And like for years, like don't get me wrong, for years I tried to find my look.
The look, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I found that my look is black jeans and a black t-shirt. And I was like, oh, dope.
I'll work with it.
That's really fucking easy. And like, there was a period of time for maybe 4 or 5 years. It was black polo top, black jeans, DMs.
Oh, yeah.
And a Carhartt jacket. And I wore that every day.
Yeah.
And I just had like 4 or 5 of the polo, 2 pairs of jeans, 7 pairs of pants and socks.
Yeah.
And I would just wear that.
Have them on rotation.
I'd just be like, all right, shirt needs changing, pants and socks every day, God, together we go.
Same outfit though.
Same outfit. Like, it doesn't matter. Bosh.
Yeah.
And it was so easy. Mm-hmm. So nice.
Yeah.
But that thing of like finding the look and being like, oh, I'm good with that look. Like, so now I'm good with that look. I'm not worried. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm doing anything.
Perfect.
I'm just cracking on.
Yeah.
And then that confidence of just being you gets to come out.
Gets to grow. Yeah. And I think that's where I landed because I think some people do, like with like my clothes and stuff. So it's like funny to me because people are like some people I think I must spend like ages thinking and
cultivating the look.
Yeah, like picking outfits and stuff, and like all of it's just like shit I bought on a whim just because I've been like, oh, well, I'd wear that.
But that's the thing. Yeah, I'd wear that. And because that's the style, no matter what combination they go in, they're going to work.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The style, that's the word you're looking for. Rather than like you don't want to, like I feel like that's when it gets sticky. Like because when a filmmaker they're like, oh, we need to do someone who's a goth. Yeah. And being a goth is like, designing a goth isn't designing a person. Designing a goth is like trying to design a, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's not quite designing a human person. It's like picking what a human person likes about that style. You know what I mean? It's strange.
It's a difficult one to explain. I think it's you all know
costume departments are impressive.
Costume departments are impressive.
A good costume department is like a savior.
And I imagine it's the same. Like if you're a car guy watching a car film, and it's like you're talking bollocks. That's not about fixing cars.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, I had like a builder. And you watch a film with builders in, and you notice that everyone's building clothes are immaculately clean. You're like, you're not pouring concrete.
Yeah, well, they've all got like clean hands.
Lovely clean. Like I currently have paint on my hands.
That's good. Artist hands.
Exactly.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
I got scared the other day because I had some brown paint on my finger.
Yeah.
And I went to pick up something from the shop. And I saw the brown paint, and I was like, "Oh,
I got poo on me."
I was like, "What the fuck's on me?" Yeah. And then Kirsty said, "Like, oh, I did the same thing for you earlier. I saw you pick something up and thought, fucking hell, what's coming out of that?" Yeah. And I was like, no, it's just paint. It's just brown paint. She was like, yeah, I realised that because I don't think I've ever seen you with clean hands. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. Okay. Me and my dad have never had clean hands in our life.
That's good. I'm the opposite. I'm like terrible for like, I need to put more, like that's how I think I like the music and the film because it's like clean. You know what I mean? Really? I've always been terrible at painting.
Oh my God.
I'm so bad at drawing and painting and stuff. I've always like...
Paint or like grease or something. I've always got my hands in something.
That's great. Yeah.
That is just like, I did this, I molded something in clay, and then, you wash your hands, that's fine. But then around the cuticles,
or like in your nails.
Up your hand, or down your arm, and you're like, oh, yeah, I should wash that. And like, you'll have a shower, but
it's still there.
It's still there. And like, I'll do work on building sites every now and then for a buddy. And it's the same thing. You'll get a piece of silicon on you, like silicon thing, and you're just sort of like, well, that's not coming.
It's kind of stuck forever.
That
Yeah,
lives there now. And it's like, I don't care.
The closest I ever got was sort of probably like I bought like fiberglass busts for like my masks, but I gutted them out in the middle. I literally cut them all open and gutted them out so I could like fold the coveralls, wear it, and then put them in.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So then if I want to wear it, I can pull them out.
There,
yeah. But yeah, it's one thing that I definitely need to work on in the future. Like, because I love practical effects to bits and pieces. I've got a friend in London. Her name's Nutch, and they do like visual effects. They have like they are a duo, a music duo called Beefcake. One of them is called Dora. She does the music. But my friend Nutch does the visual side, but she creates insane like sets, like sick. Awesome like gory headpieces like for the video. Like she does all like the visual aesthetic of the band, if that makes sense.
Nice.
But I'm always like super inspired by that. But I'm always like, where do I start? Where do I get the space? I gotta like commit to the mess.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I can't. It's really hard for me to be like I need to get out of that mindset where it's like we're film and stuff, and like I'm like, you know, I think the reason my music sort of ended up like I really liked film music. Like obviously Danny Elfman's like my guy. You know what I mean? That's the goal really. Do the punk music, then do the movie music. That's like that's the best trajectory ever to me. Like I'm just so jelly of that. But then I never did like the messy stuff when I was younger. Like I was never like a Play-Doh person. I was never like a sandcastle person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was always like
that's fair.
I was never like even like a Lego person. Like I'd rather
because it was a mess. It was an organised mess that you had to like figure out.
And I'd rather go into the shop and they've got
a play set.
Yeah, they've got Indiana Jones play set, or they've got Lego Indiana Jones here. I would like, why would I not want Indiana Jones already built for me, looking properly like Indiana Jones?
Fair enough.
When I could, But now I look back and I'm like, I wish I'd probably chosen the Lego. Yeah. You know, it's interesting though.
I know what you're saying, like, because there's plenty of things where I've looked back and been like, oh god, like I should have done that more.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, no. That didn't interest you back then.
Yeah.
And the thing you learnt from that is now causing an interest over here. Whereas if you'd gone back and you'd done that, you would have lost the interest in this part.
And maybe never regained it.
You may have regained it, or like if the building... So we would play Men when we were kids, and that was like your action figures and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Men. And we would get all the play sets or like the Ghostbuster house, and then we'd like throw webbing over it.
Yeah.
And then you'd do it as if it was like a nighttime thing.
That's awesome.
And you're playing out the story.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So that gives a narrative. You're making a narrative.
And that's where I used to come up with my figures. That's exactly it. It wasn't the putting it together, it was the story to tell.
So if you would have been the Lego, you would have been putting it together, but that's not creating the narrative. That's just putting it together.
Yeah.
So I think that they're both important sort of building blocks.
Skills to nurture. Yeah. That's better. You know, that's actually a very inspiring way to put it. Actually, that sort of like putting it through a narrative, because I feel like with my music and stuff, that's usually how I write them. They're usually always a story first. They're like, I usually write the lyrics. Maybe they'll rhyme, maybe they won't. But like the lyrics come through as the story, and then it transitions, and then I give the story to my band, and they'll create a sound that sort of matches the atmosphere of the story that I'm trying to tell,
which then gives the audience like the story. If
the
story, they give the feeling. Like this isn't just a fun, catchy hook with a big, good chorus, which we're kind of just getting through the verse to get to the chorus.
To get to the fun bit.
Like no, here's the story.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Like get through this part, get through all of this, and then find out how it ends. And maybe you do a whole concept album where it's a whole thing.
Exactly, you know, that 100%. And that's why I feel like, you know, an album. Some of the best albums of all time, so like, you know, albums that are like story albums. Like if you're going like The Cure, for example, like Disintegration is like the breakup album, should we say? But like all of those songs almost hold a tandem into each other.
Yeah,
they're like they all beautifully segue. You know what I mean? They all mean different things to do with a breakup, let's say, or like loss as more of a sort of whole. But they all have that same trajectory where they're trying to give you a narrative of what each section of like loss is
well,
you know,
most of the early Beatles albums are I've got a girl that I don't like, I've met a girl and I think she's really cute, we're getting on really well, it's not going as well as I thought, I've broken up with that girl, oh, and by the way, I've met a girl I've really liked.
Yeah,
Like there's about 3 or 4 albums in a row where that's just the whole thing.
Every
and
song.
It's great fun.
Yeah,
It's great fun listening to like Help as an album and being like, oh yeah, you've met someone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all gone a bit horrible, has it?
Yeah.
Hey, but don't worry, he's met someone again.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you know, like that. I think that's a really important message to know when you're like, because if you've never gone through a heartbreak before, you take that first one as like, well, this is it. I'm going to be sad for the rest of my life. Great.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
Everyone does it, right? Yeah, everyone does it. It's like,
Whereas,
I messed up. Like
I fucked it up.
I'm
never going to experience love ever again.
Yeah.
I remember I went through a breakup once, and my boss at the time was just like, "Go watch Swingers," and I was like, "I don't know." And he went, "No, go watch Swingers." And have you seen Swingers?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that thing of like, you'll wait for them to phone you back. You'll wait for them to phone you back. You'll wait for them to phone you back, and then all of a sudden, they'll phone you back just when you want to phone someone else.
I was literally just going to say, so it always happens, isn't
and
it?
I love, and it's, I think like that's such a good thing, like being told that as a young person, like, yeah, it's going to feel shit. Don't worry about it.
That's what I always tell, like, my friend was going through, like, his, like, first major breakup, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, man, it is the worst pain ever, but, like, it's crazy how much you want to speak to them now, because the moment they want to speak to you, mate, you just will, you want anything more but to not speak to them.
Yeah.
It's always the, like, sod's law. Like, like, I wish I could tell you how much you won't want to speak to them later.
Like, you're going to be so annoyed when they do message you. Yeah. And you're going to be like, oh,
yeah, you can be like, oh, yeah, this again.
I always, I feel bad saying it, but like that bit when they contact you, that's when I'm like, we're good now.
Yeah,
like,
and
I
need made peace.
I need that person to message me and me go, nah, I'm alright.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, thank fuck.
Yeah, totally. I couldn't agree more, and that's what we always got to like prep the younger person for. Is it there's the other side. Yeah, like you'll always like you're on the heartbreak side now, dude. But like somebody else might you'll probably break someone's heart at one point, and you'll be on the other end.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean.
And I think it's really important to have your heart broken. I think you need to have your heart broken, and I think when someone has their heart broken, telling them, oh, it's shit. Yeah, like don't try and oh, it'll get better. No,
it hurts, and and you'll remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
like, you're always
that first one will always hurt the most.
Yeah,
there'll be other relationships that are stronger.
Yeah,
but that first
you might love more, but you might not hurt more than this.
That first one fucking hurts.
Yeah,
and I love that. Like I know you shouldn't love that and all that kind of stuff, but it's. I love the heartbreak.
It's kind of a beauty of being human, though.
You know what I mean?
Like I always say this to people. It's like if it didn't hurt so much, it means we didn't care so much, and the ability to care so much is so awesome.
God, and my dad said it to me once. He said, like, we're doing all of this for love, aren't we? Because if we're not, why the fuck are we doing it?
Yeah,
and it's like,
that was a beautiful thing for your dad to say.
Yeah, like
you write that down.
Maybe. Yeah, he says a lot of things.
Yeah, dad of wisdom.
What did you answer for the film that you watched over and over again?
Oh, it was Drop Dead Fred, and then we got so sidelined by my hair.
So why Drop Dead Fred? Why did you watch that over?
Drop Dead Fred. I think it's a comfort film. So later on in my life, I found out that my dad's like hero was Rick Mayall, which is kind of funny. So I think that's maybe why, because he probably reminds me of my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, like just because of the thing. Like my dad used to watch. He used to do. They're actually hilarious. Like genuinely, even now, I would recommend it. It's Rick Mayall reading like revolting nursery stories.
Yes.
And honestly, they're hilarious. The way he describes it's so adult. Like it's so funny. Like he's just like.
I love Rick Mayall.
Yeah, he's just like God bless his soul. Like
I was so sad.
The world is just not as funny when he's now that he's gone. Like it's just like there's a aura missing.
Yes.
Like there's not taking everything so seriously. I feel like genuinely since he died, everything's been so serious.
Everyone's just taking it too seriously.
Yeah, honestly.
And like when I was a kid, my best mate when I was really young was a guy called Richard. So Richard and Eddie from Bottom.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I bet. Yeah, that type of, and like with Rick Mayall on the TV, like he's so like it is that sort of like pick your nose, like have farting, like
it's gross, but it's childish, but it's very adult.
Yeah, it's that fine balance in between. It's such a.
It's why I like Men Behaving Badly.
Yeah,
as well, because it's like, oh, there's such a I know that there was a whole thing about being a bloke in the 90s was really difficult because blokes were always expected to be blokes, like men blokes, bloody blokes.
Yeah, you're right, governor.
Governor bloke. And then from the 90s. there was that whole joke about being like metrosexual and like having a bloke be understanding about like fashion and like that was more noughties. So, your David Beckham's in there.
Yeah.
But there was that 10-year transition where blokes wanted to be softer, but they weren't allowed to be softer.
So which is why you sort of get your Nirvana coming out in the middle, which is like, look at us singing really hardcore rock. Well, not hardcore rock, not hardcore, but like here's us being angry and shouting. But what they're singing about are actually like soft topics and like, you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. It's like we can't do soft. We have to be hard and angry. But actually, we're quite. Elliott Smith seems to be allowed to like be sad.
Yeah.
So why can't we?
Yeah.
And then I think that then translates into like the British version of it, where it's that comedy thing of like, actually, we are just overgrown boys, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're not adults. We're just overgrown boys. Like their generation, like Dad went to the war.
Yeah, and that's and like going to war is what stopped them from being a boy.
They weren't 16 the second they went off to war.
Yeah.
And they didn't come back 16 either. They lost all of those years.
Yeah. So
they had to be fully grown adults from the moment they left. Whereas that next generation, luckily enough, didn't have to.
Yeah.
But that means by the time they got to the 90s, they were like,
yeah,
I'm still just a silly boy. What are you on about?
Yeah.
And that's only gotten worse. Like, my lot are just silly little
like
boys.
with my lot and with the internet now and stuff, it's just
dangerous.
Like, dangerous territories.
It is dangerous. So was it your dad that introduced you to Drop Dead Fred?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
We had it on video. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. It was at my nan's house, actually. So whenever we went to my nan's house, that was like straight to the VHS player, straight to Drop Dead Fred. But yeah, I mean, I think because it's funny, but I think also like when you're a kid, I feel like that imaginary friend sort of aspect that the movie has just like truly resonates with you.
It is like such a fun, odd, silly. Like, I wish I had an imaginary friend when I was a kid.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of where I was at too. Like, I never actually had one,
no.
but it was a bit like, that would be the best thing ever.
Right?
Like, yeah.
An actual imaginary friend, not just one that I know I'm faking.
Yeah, exactly. Like someone who I can see that no one else can. That's like awesome.
That's psychosis, isn't it?
This is true. Well, that's sort of what the movie is. Like, the movie actually is a pretty, like, now I'm older, I like the movie even more. Because it's actually, like, a pretty clever movie about, like, childhood trauma wrapped up in bogey jokes.
Yeah.
I think that's another reason that you sort of like as a kid as well, because the jokes are, like, sort of childish, but they use, like, words like shit and stuff. Yeah. So it's a bit like, it's like an adult joke, you know what
also,
I mean?
like, as a kid, the idea of, like, putting your head under a woman's dress and being like, no panties, you're like, but then as an adult, you're like, Christ, that's...
Yeah, that is pretty evil.
All right.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Cobwebs? Is that what is that the line? Yeah.
What's going on, man?
That is weird, yeah. But then, like, because then if you look at it, because obviously when you sort of watch the movie, like, you see Fred as his own, like, thing. Yeah. But, like, if you're actually supposed to watch it and see Fred as, like, her...
Yes.
So it's like her taking the piss out of her mum for, like, you know what I mean? Because she's got no one, but really it's like because she's just got broken up with. So it's like that. Like the movie's like way more clever and lets on, considering half the jokes are like about picking boogers. You know?
Yeah. But I think that's what makes like smart comedy is that it's layered and you watch them and you're like, it isn't just about, you know, was it the Kevin Smith thing of like weed, dick and fart jokes? And it's like admittedly. His earlier work was better at doing that. But, like, there was that thing of, like, on the surface, it's just a stoner film. But actually, it's usually...
It's like a friendship movie, usually.
It's a friendship movie,
like
it's a relationship movie.
It's a human bond movie.
There's connection in it.
And that's sort of like what Drop Dead Fred is. It's almost, like, in a sort of weird way, it's almost like a family movie. And it's about almost, like, letting go of your family and becoming yourself. And that's sort of the actual thing. Like, Drop Dead Fred is, like, her internal representation of the fact that she wants to be weird and fun and exciting and different, and she is weird, fun, exciting and different, but her mum won't let her be. Her mum wants her to be normal. And being normal. Being normal. Miserable. You know, and like the Drop Dead Fred's like, and I think that's why I'm glad I had it when I was a kid. Because that movie's like that self-acceptance journey.
Gave
almost.
You the okay, yeah.
To be myself, you know what I mean? It's almost like being yourself is the goal, and that happy ending, you know, when like she's dressed in like the coveralls and the stripes, like after he's gone, like she like takes him with her, even though she can't see him anymore. You know what I mean?
It's still there.
Yeah, it's like in that bit of your child, like that making the inner you happy is usually just asking yourself, when I was a kid, would I be happy with it? Like I feel like I always end up like looking back at like where I am in life right now. I'm like, if I asked 6-year-old me, would he be proud of me?
Would we be happy of this?
Yeah. Would he? And usually the answer's yes in my book, and that makes me happy. You know what I mean? That's usually how I'm trying to make happy. You know what I mean? Is that the little me really?
Oh, nice. See, I think if I was to ask little me, are you impressed by what we've done? Little me would be like, go away.
Really?
I don't care about what we've done.
What was little you's dream?
I had to be a film director.
Be a film director. Hey, you can still make it. You can still make that.
Like, it's very much, you know, it was the goal from 5.
Yeah. So mine was always acting. That was always like, I always wanted to be in it rather than like
behind it.
Fit behind it. Yeah. But then it's funny because like, I guess it's just that weird thing of being a kid and having all those like different roles. But I'd always end up being behind it though. Like I always ended up I was the one in like, so I always lived in Westbury. Do you know where that is?
No.
Like, it's like a tiny little village in the middle of nowhere. And I used to like just rope all the kids in the village to be in my films. But even though I wanted to be in the films,
I'd the energy to make
I'd have to make the film because they're not going to make it and put me in it. I'm going to have to make them put them in it. And the only reason they'll help me is if I put them in it because they want to be in the front of the camera.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
yeah,
I've starred in a few things. I've acted in a few things that I've shot.
Yeah, you can use the word starred.
I'm not going to say starred. And, like, I've always seen that just purely out of necessity.
Yes,
it's just like, I'll just do it.
That's what I always were. That's what I found out. But almost on the other side,
yeah,
I was like, I'll film it. But as I've gotten older, I'd rather do cinematography is what I want to do the most. I love like setting up, and that's always the bit that I'm loving when I'm watching a movie. Like, for example, like do you see the back rooms?
I did, yeah.
And like that's like a stellar like example of like what my dream was when I was a kid.
Oh,
it's
nice.
like 20-year-old coming out making a film with like 3 people in it.
Yeah.
And it's super scary, and it's literally set in a room with nothing in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's the thing. It's a real skill to make nothing essentially
scary. Yeah. He literally like it's literally like room like the premise is like empty rooms with nothing in them, but he films them like the cinematography is what makes them creepy and relatable but also unrelatable, but like that sort of like
that liminal space really is like there's
a skill to get that right. There's like that liminal
because
space.
you could really easily do that wrong. And like I would say that film and then Severance the TV show managed to get it spot on where it's like, oh yeah, these places that are so sterile but
they're familiar.
It also feels like someone's just left the shot.
Yeah.
And no one's been in there for years, but it feels like, no.
That is exactly what it is. It feels like no one's been in there for 5 years, but it also feels like someone left 5 minutes ago.
It's like the coffee's still warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is going on here?
No one's been in here for 100 years, but the coffee, that's a great way of putting it. Like a caveman cave and there's a mug on the sides with steaming hot coffee. That's like something weird.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's an album cover for you.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's like some artwork there, isn't it? Caveman kind of like leaving the cave and there's a hot coffee sitting there. It's just like, it goes hard.
I like that a lot. You should do that. So yeah, cinematography. You've mentioned it a few times actually.
Yes,
you really have. Like with Halloween, you've mentioned it. Backrooms, you mentioned it. You mentioned the lighting in. You were saying at the beginning. You mentioned the lighting.
Oh yeah, I did. We were talking about what were we talking about? Was it just Dean Cundy? We were talking about like it was like Dean Cundy in general. Like his lighting is just like insane. But like that, yeah. I did photography in college as well. In the end, alongside my film, I did that in the end because I was like, by that point, I'd sort of like the love for the camera was there. Like my favorite thing, like it was kind of funny. Like when I went to the Jaws Museum in LA, there were so many amazing things from Jaws there. They had the last remaining one from like Bruce from the mold, like all re-put together. They had Ben Gardner's head in its own room, like it's still jump scaring people to this day. Oh,
it's the bag from the Academy Museum.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know you'd been. That's awesome. That's incredible. So there you go. So someone to talk about it. But like, I love the little dolly zoom chair they had in there. Yeah. Like that was awesome. But my favorite thing in there, out of everything, was they had the Panavision camera that they use for the shark eyes underwater, and I was just like, that's the film. really.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the scariest bit of the, like, that's the bit that everyone remembers. That's the iconic bit. It's the two eyes on the front looking at all the legs underwater. Like, and I was like, that's the star of the movie. That's like what got him. That's the genius.
That's Bruce.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
I was like, there's that big, massive Bruce outside.
But that's not
what he's
Bruce.
supposed to look like.
That's what he looks like, but that's not who
him.
was there, you know?
Yeah, I was like, that's the monster, really.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that just blew my mind. And I was looking, I was like, it just made the camera, like, that is the important bit. Like, realistic, like, how it looks. Like, it's like we were saying about fighting movies earlier in the conversation. We were saying about, like, you know, you could be in the West and watch a Jackie Chan movie because even though it's in his native language, but because the visuals are
It's
so
the fighting
enticing,
I'm here for. The stunts.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. And you can tell a story without dialogue, and you do that with the camera.
With good... Yeah, well, it's a bit like in comics. They want to know if you can do sequential artwork without words. Can you convey the story just through image alone?
Yeah.
If you can, then the images are going to be extra. Like, you know what I mean? Like the words are going to be... The dialogue's going to be extra.
Yeah,
it's just extra. That's just gravy. And just think like, you should be able to just tell a really good story through images alone.
Yeah.
If you can convey a feeling or a fear or anything just through an image.
And I think that's why the Backrooms impressed me so much, because so much of that movie has no dialogue.
Yeah.
Like more of it has no dialogue than not. Like even Halloween has like a hell of a lot of like you know,
there's words
sitting
on
on the wall, not looking at the wall, looking at this night, you know, and like you get a lot of like expositional dialogue in that, in Halloween, not to its fault, you know, because Donald Pleasance is killing it.
Also, it was the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. But like a movie that managed to just sell you on its like I thought did you see Iron Lung by any chance?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed by that.
I liked Iron Lung.
Yeah. I feel like for a first like that, because I mean the Kane Parsons one's a bit different because he like made a lot of like, that's his first movie, but he like his YouTube career was also movies.
I mean, he did Milk and Cereal.
Yes,
which
he did.
Technically is a movie.
Yeah.
Like Obsession was his second movie. Everyone needs to.
Yeah. Obsession was. I actually haven't seen it yet.
Cory Baker.
But I haven't seen that yet, which is like really bad of me. That's like me.
Cory Barker,
failing.
not Cory Baker.
No, I'm Cory. Yeah.
Nice. Cory Barker. He did
really
Milk
need
and
to
Cereal.
watch Obsession though. Like it's been like everyone keeps like, oh no, you're is that
It was a perfectly fine film.
That's kind of what I was. Every clip I've ever seen of it, everyone's like, it's the best film ever. And every clip I see, I'm like, oh, it just looks like pretty good.
It's like, I will say, if it wasn't getting all of the song and dance it was getting, it's a perfectly fine film.
Yeah.
But when people are like, it is the best, I'm like, oh, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Not
like
the best
everyone's like,
film.
it's the scariest film I've ever seen.
Not the scariest film.
Yeah.
Also, the story doesn't quite make sense.
Yes.
What she's doing is not love. And I know the One Wish Willow, whatever, is meant to be
like a demon.
The monkey's paw. So I wish I had $1 million. And it was like, well, you'll get $1 million, but then the IRS will
take it away from you.
Want to know why you've got $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a bad thing. But what he says, I wish, is that she loved me as much as I loved her. But she's doing isn't love.
Yeah.
It's
and from what I've seen through the clips and what people are talking about, that he doesn't seem to actually love her very much.
No, he doesn't love her.
So therefore, when he asked a wish, surely
the obsession is him, not her.
Yes.
And then also all the weird creepy bits that they all talk about, like, oh, she walks like a marionette for some reason.
The reverse shot.
Yeah, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
How's that love?
Yeah.
And
that's what actually. That's really funny that you're saying this about the film, because that was sort of what put me off seeing it, because I was like, the premise of the movie seems that it would be like the horror surrounding love, but the movie seems to be just looking like a pretty cliche possession movie.
Yeah,
like
it really is.
Yeah.
It's like parts of Talk to Her, or Talk to Me.
Oh, the hand one.
Yeah,
that was alright actually.
I really liked
that a lot. I almost bought that hand from that A24 store. Like,
should have done it. It's dope.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a bong as well, apparently.
Sick. But that's the thing. Like, that film did a fun thing about possession and making everyone do shit that they weren't meant to do because they were possessed.
Yes.
Whereas Obsession, she's not possessed. She is meant to be so crazy in love.
Yeah.
But nothing she does is love. Like, nothing she does is love.
Yeah.
And it annoys me.
And because to me that defeats the premise.
So this is the conversation that Kirsty and I had about it, because I said, like, if Bear, apparently that's a name, had said, I wish she was obsessed with me.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have had as much problem.
Because you can be obsessed and not love something.
You can be obsessed.
You can obsess and despise something.
Exactly. You're just obsessed by that.
Yeah.
But he said, I wish that she loved me the way I loved her. And it's like, so...
And it's especially the way I loved her line that throws that a completely...
To me, that completely, like, fucks off most of what happens in that film. I'm like, well, then that doesn't work, what you've said. And then there are just a series of events that I'm just like, yeah, they're cool and creepy, but what's that got to do with it?
Yeah, what's that mean? And why does it benefit, it almost goes from, like, we're just going to put some horror tropes in there because it's a horror movie.
100%. That is all of it. All the bits that are horror, I would say are not part of the film.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, we kind of need to add some horror into this.
Yeah, because it's going to be in the cinema. Yeah.
And that's it. And like I said, it's not a bad film.
Yeah,
it's a perfectly fun, silly film. Tonally, I don't think it knows what it wants to be, because at the end it gets a bit silly, like laugh out loud silly, and it's like, that's not the tone we've had for the whole film.
Yeah.
But
I actually had that problem with a movie I loved, but was The Substance. I had that problem too, because like the tone of, although it does have a slightly tongue-in-cheek bits, like
that last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it just completely threw me off. I didn't like it at all, really.
I really enjoy that film.
Yeah.
But I kind of almost give up on it in the last 20 minutes, and I just watch it just like, okay, and we're done.
Yeah,
but I really like that first.
After I watched it, I was a little bit like, oh, the ending sort of made me like, I feel like I don't need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame, because I feel like there was something way more they were cooking that was way more clever.
So you've mentioned things like Halloween and quite a few horror films, but what was the first 18 rated film you watched, and how old were you?
I was probably way too young, and I think you have to. Is Terminator an 18 or is it a 15?
Terminator 1 was an 18, but then when it got re-released on DVD, it got changed down to a 15.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Alien, because I'm gonna say Alien was probably the first R-rated.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was about to be like, why did we go through all that? And I was like, because you weren't old enough to watch the original when it came out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it's Alien, because that's the one I remember. It's just like the scene, like it was the scene where he does the chest burst. So I just remember being a kid seeing it and just being like utterly terrified, but also being like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. But also being like that was like, I don't know how to put it. I just the emotion that it gave me. You know what I mean? It's like I want to look away, but I can't. But
it's too good.
Yeah,
that looks real.
Yeah, it does look. I know it's not real,
but it looks it.
But it looks really
pretty
real.
Fucking real to me.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I remember if Terminator would because maybe I did watch it on VHS, so I can because I remember specifically watching that with my dad. And I remember my dad covering my eyes.
Yeah.
And I remember years later finding out, when I watched it again, I was like, oh, I don't remember this bit. He's like taking his eyeball out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my dad didn't let me watch it when I was a kid, but I never even realised that was the bit because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Terminator 2, when he degloves his arm.
Oh yeah.
That was a point where Mum was always like, "Cover your eyes, boys," and like a good little boy, I did it, and Louis didn't. But that was a long time before I actually saw that scene.
Yeah.
And it was like,
that scene's awesome. That looks like it looks amazing, doesn't it? That scene, just like that deglove, and then like that shot of Arnie like looking at it and turning it around. It's just like, oh yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, Alien was probably my first, and I feel like that's maybe why I have a little bit of a knack for like 70s horror.
Yeah.
Because that vibe was like the first vibe I was sort of like caught into. Like Texas, Halloween, Alien are like, they're three of like my tops.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy.
No, be that guy.
Films in the 70s and 80s and 90s were shot more interestingly and better.
Yeah. And it's because it was more expensive, not as in it was more expensive for like the VFX, but the film was more expensive. Like it was, the camera was more expensive to use. Yeah. So they actually just had, like, now they can just film anything and it doesn't, like, it costs money,
really care.
But it's not the expensive bit anymore.
No.
The film in it's not the expensive bit. So that's why it always comes off as like half-assed and rushed, because it was the bit that they got through so they could spend the money later. I couldn't agree more. I feel like for example, it's like Texas Chainsaw. Yeah. Everyone remembers that movie as being like gory as shit, like being, and there's like no blood in it basically.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, there's like all the scenes are either like she puts him on the hook, which is pretty brutal, but there's no blood.
No,
you know, it's he chainsaws the guy up in the wheelchair, but there's no blood.
I think it's more like It's grim.
Yes,
Like,
it's like a dirty movie.
It's dirty.
Yeah.
Films aren't dirty anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And I miss that.
And they missed that, like, with Halloween, like I was saying. There's no movie I've seen in the cinema recently. I've watched it and been like, oh, that's inspired me to make one. There's no like, you know,
Blue Ruin was the last one.
And because they don't have that dirty look, they feel out of touch. They feel like they feel like
this is an immaculate thing.
Yeah,
that's over there, and you're watching it.
Yeah, you're not a part of it. I'm watching it.
You're just consuming this.
Yes,
you're not in.
When it's dirty and gritty, like Alien, Alien's one of my favorites because I love the future that it sets up. I always compare it, funnily, to Red Dwarf. But the future
knackered.
that both of
knackered spaceship.
Yeah, used real grimy, slimy people live there because that's what people are. We're grimy and slimy, and we're a bit dirty.
My dad said that about Alien. He's like, it's the first time we saw a spaceship that was knackered.
Yeah.
Everything else before that, everything's these big, sleek, big old proper things.
Everything in the future is going to be perfect.
But this one was just like, no, that's a truck.
It's a space truck.
It's just a space truck.
You couldn't have put it better.
Shit's leaking. Shit's knackered. It's just people working on it.
Yeah. It's literally like capitalism in space.
Yeah.
Capitalism in space. And like that makes it relatable for the viewer. They look at Alien, and even though it's set thousands of years in the future on a mining ship that doesn't exist, and they're finding an alien species that's not real, you look at it and you go, that looks kind of like my workplace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That looks kind of like people I know.
I've worked with those people.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's like that. Like there is a. Films are made to sort of like impress us now, but in doing so, they've sort of removed that to relate to us.
Yeah.
They're not too fussed on being like relating to us anymore. They're more so to like,
can we take 20 to 30 quid off you right now, and then tomorrow we don't care?
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
Like, oh, okay.
Whether Alien's like trying to tell you something is like this is a horror story of like the way we're going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And even now, like even more so, Alien could come out yesterday and it would have the same impression as it came out then. I think,
as we were saying with that comedy, that it's picking your nose, but it's actually smarter. It's telling you more. It's layered.
Yeah.
In that horror thing, it's like when you watch Alien. It's an alien movie. It says alien on a spaceship chasing people down. That's scary as fuck.
It couldn't do more of what it says on the tin.
It's banger. It's right there.
Yeah.
But also, it's telling you about unwanted penetration.
Yeah, it's like and like with the it's telling you like there's it's almost like there's the unwanted penetration, but there's also like I said about the capitalism in space, and it's like your boss doesn't care about you. The people at the top
you are a commodity.
Shit. Yeah. What's the famous line? Crew expendable.
Yeah.
That's like such an important line. Like I just feel like that line just like really sticks out to me.
It's in Aliens when Ripley gets pissed off and they're saying, "Thank you, Ripley, that's all," and she's like, "No, goddammit, that's not all, because if all this, like, if one of these things manages to get down there, then all this bullshit that you find so important, well, you can kiss all that goodbye." And it's like, you think this money train is far more important than people's lives.
Exactly. And that's what whether nowadays movies I don't think give you that, even that thing to think about,
because the only people that are funding these movies
are the people who want the money. They don't care, like other people, not the people who care about the human lives. Where I feel like Ridley Scott had something to say, and like there's a humanity that like the thing about Alien, the beautiful thing about it is it's about the human experience. It's not about the alien. Isn't the important thing.
No.
It's like Ripley's the important thing.
Ripley,
she's our surrogate for like the world.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's you. The person who's just doing their job correctly, but the powers that be have decided that even though you're doing it correctly, we're going to do it differently. Mm-hmm. And if we do it differently and it goes wrong, you're in the wrong.
Yes.
And it's like, right, so this person did her job, did it correctly, was overrun, it goes horribly wrong.
Fixed the issue. But then when she comes to again, she has to go through all of it again. Yeah.
So it's like no reward for having got it done, and just punishment is like, it's that thing of the punishment at work for being good is, oh, well, I'll give you more work then. And it's like, how? Okay, that's not a reward.
Yeah, that's not the gold pot.
Yeah, like what are you on about? Like,
well,
we're not going to give you any more money, but we are going to put more on your plate. And it's like, sick. That's what I've always wanted.
And I feel like that's like going back to what you said is like that's where the barriers sort of, or the what am I looking for, like the line between consumer and like the people who provide the consumption is like lost. Is that the people making the films before were making them because they had the passion for the film, but also they had something to say. Whether I don't feel like movies are made for either of those two reasons anymore.
Well, as much as as much as I sort of not disliked, but as much as I wasn't that impressed by Obsession.
Yeah.
And I thought Backrooms was good, but
it's not like the best film ever made, though.
And also, if I have to be told again, oh, he's only 20 who made it, and it's like,
yeah.
Look at every piece of music, artwork, book. 20-year-olds have done quite a lot of big things.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that amazed that a 20-year-old done it.
What's like the classic? It's like most people make their magnum opus before they're 30. And it's like if you look at basically anybody who's famous, it's like they usually made their most famous piece of art when they were like 20 to 29.
27 for Jaws, wasn't he?
Yeah, 27 for Jaws. Like, John Carpenter's like 29 for Halloween. It's like the latest, I guess.
I think
The Cure made Disintegrate's like 27.
We shouldn't be amazed that a 20-year-old has made something.
A pretty good film.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A pretty good film. I'm more amazed that a 20-year-old managed to get, was it a $30 million film made with Chiwetel Ejiofor? Like, that's what I'm more amazed at.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the fact that the film is good or bad. It's just you managed to convince enough people. You had your first film produced by James Wan. Was it a Blumhouse?
Yeah.
And someone else quite big.
And going back to your friend, and that's the one thing that I'll give him for being a massive Saw fan, is that I do like the story of Saw, like the college movie turned full feature. Like there's always a bit of like that, like the small boys coming through.
We're still doing it.
Yeah.
I agree. And Wan again, done well.
Yeah, that's why James Wan.
But I will say that if Curry Barker, Obsession,
Curry Barker,
and then Parsons, like I will say before certain interviews came out, it felt like they gave a shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Didn't really care for their films, but if they care and they can convince other people to care, then I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, give them the money.
Yeah,
give
totally.
them the thing. But because they both have said, I did my film in a retaliation because all that seems to be made at the moment are Marvel films and franchise films.
Yeah.
And then they've both gone on to say, well, I think there's a scope for multiple sequels and a TV series for both of my things. You're just like,
yeah. Especially the group Kane Parsons in the back rooms. He's like, that's what I was like, TV show sequel,
I just feel like, oh, okay, so that's it then, is it? That's all you got.
I mean, I'm sorry to go back, but Nolan was kind of cooking with that. You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I'll give him that.
Pretty sure his brother wrote that, but sure.
Yeah.
So, what was the first film you watched that you felt was grown up?
That I felt was like grown up. That's interesting. So it's really random. I usually go for like because obviously I grew up with horror movies. So like horror, its sense doesn't really like that. They didn't cross that barrier.
No.
But it is a horror movie. But I was a lot older actually, and I did actually sneak into the cinema to go see this. Only about a couple of years, but it was probably randomly Midsummer, which is such a like left field choice. I think that made me feel grown up. But
why?
Because it was the first movie I watched that when I watched it, I was like, ooh, as a kid, I wouldn't have got it. And it probably wouldn't have shook me in the same way.
Right.
I felt similar about Hereditary, but the family aspect's a bit more on the nose. And like everyone sort of has a family, whether Midsummer's like a heartbreak movie.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, heartbreak a lot before. And I feel like that heartbreak pain is like that step into growing up almost. For a lot of people, it was a big one for me. Your first heartbreak, your first love is sort of like that pain that you feel is like, it's like that. It's like when you're a kid, you're invincible. And then you get hurt like that, and it's like, oh shit. It's like, oh, actually, I am a fallible, like, you know what I mean? And, but also like, oh, I have a flaw too. I probably did something that was like being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Nah.
No one's perfect.
Never thought
but when you're a kid,
Never
I've never thought I was an asshole.
I don't know. You were talking about yourself, mate.
Yeah. But so when I watched Midsummer, just like the sort of like because it wasn't like, obviously it's got some like pretty gory like practical effects in it, that like jumping scene, like the suicide scene's pretty like tense and such, but it was more so like I'm trying to think of like the emotion, but I felt like that movie gave me a lot of emotion that I couldn't feel while I was younger, especially to do with like the small horror, like one of the big horrors in the movie is how Christian treats I can't remember her name, Florence Pugh in the movie. There's that. There's also like the sort of her witness, like the ritual suicide is brutal, but the thing that makes it more brutal is the sort of her relation to suicide and her being the witness to it, and that like rebrought trauma. But I feel like the way that movie deals with trauma is a very grown-up way.
Yeah, I think Ari Aster's films do that, don't they? Like, you're not... The horror that you're witnessing is graphic, but it's actually the other stuff that's going along with it. Like, Hereditary in itself, like, the head decapitation scene is, like, quite shocking.
But it's way more that the kid's watching it.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Yeah, it's way more him looking up at it and like, what it means to him and, like, how he, like, like, how... his character feels like he's like completely ruined his family, and he's like that's the horror of those movies. Like the family, the way you see the family in Hereditary and how it's your view on how they see each other. Yeah. But your outside perspective of that their goal is that they all actually love each other at the top, but none of them see it for each other. That's a grown up horror to me. Whether as a kid I would have watched it and been like, oh, that's gnarly, she cut her head off.
That's the thing. Like, as a kid, I would have seen that and I would have just gone like, oh, now there's fuck all going on.
I would have gone like it's a ghost movie. And they bring the ghost, and they accidentally bring a ghost into the house.
But I think they would have been like, after the decapitation thing, I would have just been like, nothing else to see now. Yeah,
literally. Like, genuinely. Whether I feel like, because I saw it, and I think it might have been... Well, I snuck in to see Halloween, but I didn't feel grown up watching that, like, because I would have loved, like, 2018. It wasn't. That's not like a grown-up horror movie. No, that is like a teeny, like, slasher
that's thing. That's just fun.
Yeah, it's good fun, and it was like nostalgic. I felt like a kid watching that.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, like 2018. Yeah, I felt like a kid watching that one.
The next two are dog shit.
See, I actually love Kills, but I wouldn't defend it and say it's good.
Which one's Kills?
Kills is the middle. Evil dies tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not good. Okay. Yeah, it's not a good movie. But
my buddy Sam, who saw he always tries to defend, like, no, they're good fun. I'm like, they're not good. Good fun. I have so much fun with Halloween Kills, like, but that's just because it's like, hey, look, it's 1978. Here, look, it's Loomis. Look, it's Michael in the Michael house. Hey, look, John Carpenter's score is going off. Hey, look, it's Lindsay. Hey, look, it's the nurse. Which is the one which has the flashback to Donald Pleasance?
That's Halloween Kills, yeah. Where, like, the beginning, you get that awesome intro bit, and it, like...
My buddy Mark played one of the cops in that scene.
No way! Yeah. That's awesome. Tell Mark that scene is the best thing and that came out of it. It almost annoyed me after it finished, because I was like, damn, they should have just made the whole fucking movie like that.
Yeah, genuine.
Like, what? Like, so I was a little bit like, so you're telling me they can just make...
So we can do this.
So you can just make cinematography like Dean Cundy. Right? That's what... That intro to Halloween Kills was like, fuck. They could just make movies like they used to. They just don't. Because it is just, it's like, you know, filmed on film. It's like all in the lighting. It's
grainy as fuck without being
and it's
fake.
a bunch of people walking around with a guy in the house getting them. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, but it's in the atmosphere that it captures in that flashback is from the first. It was like for 5 minutes. I was like, oh, it was 5 minutes of Halloween I haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm. Like we're getting it on the screen.
And then I was like, why didn't they just make the whole movie like that? But anyway,
I'll tell Mark.
Yeah, please do. But with going back to like so with Midsommar, it really felt like I felt like I had to be grown up to actually understand like the actual the actual true story of the
horror
movie.
Of it.
Yeah. And that's why I'd probably put that. And I walked out of it, and I just remember walking out of it and being like, holy shit! Like I feel like it was just one of the first movies I watched where I generally like felt different to my younger self.
Oh, nice.
Like, if that made sense. Yeah. And that's why I sort of go with the grown up aspect.
No, yeah,
like I just really felt like I was like, oh yeah, that's like a I could only appreciate that by having have lived for a while.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. You know, I don't think that would have meant anything to me if I'd have seen it before. But now I like really, and the horror of that movie stuck with me, not because it was like how we were saying sort of like about Spielberg and John. Those movies are from the eyes of the children. I relate to that. Whether Hereditary doesn't and Midsommar don't feel like that. They feel like they're made through the eyes of adults.
Yeah, and like a critique I seem to have with a lot of modern films is that they're made for 14 to 35-year-old boys.
Yeah.
That just seems what every fucking film is made for at the moment. So when you do get like a Hereditary, a Midsommar, One Battle After Another doesn't feel like that. Yeah. Yorgos Lanthimos films don't feel like that. Like Alex Garland's films don't feel like that.
Ex Machina and stuff.
Yeah, like a lot of these films, they're like, no, we're making an adults film.
Yeah, it's a film for like men and women. Who are,
you're grown up watching this. You're not here for the yucks. You're here for a
Yeah,
story.
like Ex Machina is a great example of that. Like,
Excellent.
there is no, like, you know, I guess you get at the end, you get the little robot reveal, and you get, like, the bit where he's having a freak out in the bathroom. But, like, but they're, like... Yeah, but that's
you're
kind of...
you're gonna really struggle to get any bad comment about Alex Garland from me.
Oh, no, I absolutely... Like, I love... Ex Machina is, like, one of my favourites. But that's, like, a grown-up movie. Like, like the falling in love... Like, what is love? Is sort of what that question... Is that what that movie's asking, really? Like,
and that's the thing.
Is the love that he gives the robot a true love, and does the robot have any love for him? You know, it's the great questions, right? You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like, real stories told to an adult audience, I think we're missing them.
Yeah.
And everything just seems to be very Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and that's the problem I have. And it's not just like the Marvel hit movies; is that the other movies are doing that too?
No, it's the Marvel or the Disneyfication or the Marvelication of everything else. Like the fact that even just any sort of film has to be stupid.
Yeah.
And you're like,
realism is very. It's funny because like it's games are going in like the opposite direction, which is funny. Just to talk about that quickly, but like films are doing everything they can to be unrealistic, and like whether games are digging themselves in holes because all they'll be is realistic, and then like there's no graphics difference, there's no like new characters, there's no you don't get your Jacks and Daxters anymore,
which is such a shame.
Yeah, you like video game. Crash Bandicoot would never ever get made now.
Sell.
Super Mario wouldn't get made now.
Oh, Super Mario would. You'd be good luck trying to sell a Super Mario now.
Genuinely, like it would have to be a gritty, super real. The graphics have to look like it came out yesterday, and it needs to look like a film, but it needs to look like a Nolan movie.
Do you know? I had a great time playing Ratchet and Clank. What's the
newest one?
The Time one?
Yeah. But was it on PS4? I think that
PS5?
one was it. Was it PS5? Yeah,
might have been both.
Probably.
I will say it was the exact same game as the second Jedi Survivor, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly, have you played both?
I've played only Jedi Survivor.
Then you've played that one as well.
Right, yeah. Well, like same story and everything.
Almost to the same beat.
That's weird.
Because I was playing it and I was like, this feels a bit like I've just played this. And then I went on Reddit and someone was like, what's going on? Why are these two games the exact same game?
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's not just me.
Jesus Christ. All right. I can't remember why they said it was. But it was just like, it's funny how the two games I've enjoyed.
But that's why it's funny. But I think that bounces back to the fact that games nowadays have like so little to like boundaries they can break. And I'm massive on games, but like I really enjoyed that James Bond game that came out. But it wasn't like anything I haven't played in the past 20 years.
No.
There's no game that comes out and breaks about, or like just has like does something like extra new.
Did you play the Indiana Jones one?
I loved that.
Yeah, Kirsty really liked it. Kirsty's a bigger game. Like Kirsty is the gamer.
She's the gamer, yeah. That indie game was
I'm the
awesome.
movie guy.
Yeah.
She is currently losing her mind playing Power Wash Simulator 2.
Oh, apparently they're doing like Star Wars stuff in there.
Yeah, there's like loads of different things.
Yeah,
like
I do the Firefighter Simulator. That's it's basically the same thing, but you just put out. It makes you feel a bit more helpful.
That makes sense.
I get like steed. I get like the extra steed instead of washing the building. I put the fire out.
I can't play those games.
Boring.
I can't do them. And like, don't get me wrong, I'll play Forza Horizon 6 for days.
Yeah,
and I'll essentially just pick the car that I've always wanted in real life, do it up how I would have
That's
it.
how I play those games.
And
My mate collects all of them. I'm like, I got the Aston Martin DB5. I'll just drive that.
I'll just do that, and I'll drive it around, and I'll be like, yeah.
Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler? Okay, I'll give that
and they can do the colour scheme for it, and you're like, sick, done. I currently have that. And it was like, sick, that's all I want. And then I'll say to Kirsty, like, do you want to have a game? And she's like, no. This looks so boring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, you gotta get your, you gotta brake on the corners.
I do have a soft spot because you're the movie guy. And she's like, my like, I collect like movie IP games. They're like my.
Oh, nice.
I got my sucker for them. I love them. Even terrible or good, I find games based on films like such a weird. Like,
that is an odd, like,
it's just
crossover
like,
that they do.
Sometimes they're the best games ever.
Yeah.
Like who was like, let's make a James Bond game. Should we make From Russia with Love?
Yeah. What a weird one to do.
Who did that? Yeah. Who didn't? Who was like, let's not make GoldenEye? Who was like, let's make From Russia with Love?
That'll sell.
Yeah. Who was like, let's make? They never came out. But who was like, let's make Taxi Driver the game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, and like back then as well. Like do you know on NES there's the Hunt for Red October the game?
Yes.
Like who
I've
made
seen
this
box for that, and I was just like, Why the fuck?
Back in the day as well, like especially when it was like NES and they were way more like for kids. Like I find it great, like all the like the Terminator and like all of those like adult movies had games. Like hey kid, I'm playing Total Recall. Yeah, I just shot my wife.
When I was a kid, like you could get Terminator 2 action figures and play the Terminator 2 like Sega Mega Drive game, and it was like, I'm not meant to be able to watch this.
Yeah, it's like,
why is this?
Yeah, all the marketing's for me.
Why can I buy toys?
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's really surprised me that Aliens never got that treatment.
There was Aliens toys.
There was Aliens toys.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. It's like the Rhino alien and
you could get all the Bull alien, a Rhino alien, different aliens. But then they also did like Hicks, one of Ripley. You could get the Mech Walker suit.
That's awesome.
I mean, I go to a lot of toy fairs, as you'll see the Turtles collection I have up here.
That's awesome, of course.
Turtles from all the generations. And I always see like aliens.
The movie is, but those samurai outfits are awesome.
Those samurai outfits are dope.
I love them so much.
And we'll ignore. I got the 4K of it, and we watched 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Then they announced the 4K, so we didn't watch 3.
Yeah.
So then I waited till it came out, and Kirsty bought it for Christmas for me.
Lovely.
And I haven't watched them yet.
Oh, really?
Because I'm a bit like, we've only just watched 1 and 2.
Yeah, and all I've got left to watch is the bad one.
Yeah, and I loved that one as a kid, but it turns out I'm really into feudal Japan era stuff.
Yeah.
So as a kid, that's the first time I was aware of it, and I was like, oh shit, samurais are dope.
Yeah.
And now as an adult, it's like, well, I've got Shogun.
Yeah.
And I've got like Ghost of Tsushima. And I've got like every Kurosawa film. I don't need Turtles doing it.
Yeah, 100%. You almost don't want to ruin your nostalgia you have for it, because in your mind you still sort of like
it's shit.
it. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in like a Flight of a Navigator way, or in a Batteries Not Included way, I don't want to rewatch it and go, ooh.
Like, I actually don't like it. Like, that's what you don't want to do. Like, like you know it's shit, but you like it. Like, and I'm a bit like, I know exactly those
I don't
type
have
of things.
any issue with the third one in my head.
I know it's bad, but
But I can't.
But you don't want to go back and watch it, because if you watch it now, then you'll be like, oh, it's shit. Like, now I know why it's shit, and now it pisses me off that it's bad.
Like, 2 is bad.
Yeah, like, Secret of the Ooze?
Secret of the Ooze is really bad. Yeah. Like, the first one is a really dark, gritty tale. It's great stuff. The second one is bonkers, stupid shit. Mm-hmm. And, like, when Kirsten and I rewatched it, we watched 2, and I was just like, ooh, I actually want to apologise to my parents for making them watch this loads, because I loved it as a kid. Like, this is bad. Yeah. So, I will watch 3
eventually. We'll go back to it eventually.
Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, I can guess what film holds a special place in your heart, but what was?
Yeah, I could go and just say Halloween, but we've done that tale. Yeah, in inspirational, made the fan films, like, you know, John got the movie, the music, like both sides of the coin. But another movie.
Have you ever done any music that like is Halloween? Like, have you referenced Halloween in any of your songs?
No, but I would love, like, more than anything, I do want to score a horror movie, like, so bad. It's unbelievable. Like, I'd love to make, like, a synth score from... That's how I want to, like, channel Halloween. Yeah. Like, I want to make a score for a movie, like, more so bad.
I've thought about getting, like, a MIDI keyboard recently. Yeah. And just sort of been like, well, what could I do?
Literally just, like... And you've got, like, that's a John Carpenter noise already. It's just awesome. Okay, I'm going to go, like, a bit left field. Have you ever seen Run, Lola, Run?
Yeah, Lola Run. Yeah.
I
love Lola Run.
That movie holds a very special place in my heart, because it's just amazing. Yeah. It's like an actual amazing movie about, like, just, like, how weird life is, and how, like, the little things that you do every day, and, like the one action you take can change the course of your life forever. Yeah. And I don't think any movie ever really, like put that message in my heart, in my mind, and was like really told me about, like, and like when she's going past running past the people, and you get like the snapshots of their life, and then depending on when she catches them, it's like different bits. It's like so interesting.
It is a really interesting film, and like European cinema, like German cinema is always a fun one, but like European cinema from that time period, like Taxi, like Besson's Taxi, that's a great one as well, because it's just sort of like, why the fuck are we watching this? This is an interesting story. Yeah. You know? And like, she's just running. All right, cool. You know?
It's like I
don't know why we're doing. I don't know why we're watching this, but this is good.
But it just has that. Yeah, it doesn't like, it's because Run Lola Run on paper could have been like a completely bonkers, like sort of like Groundhog Day movie. Yeah. but it manages to do the sort of time loop trope without being a Groundhog Day at all, really.
And
because the story isn't about the loop, so to speak.
No.
It's about you know what I mean? It's way more to do with like the loop is almost just cool. The loop is
that's just extra.
Yeah,
that's what he's getting.
Yeah, like you get the little animated shot of her running down the stairs every time and stuff like
But
that.
it's such a good film. I'm gonna rewatch that.
It's so good, and like the bit where she like gets in the ambulance with the guy. That instead
have they
of,
done
like,
a nice release of it?
They 4K'd it last year.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was really gutted. I missed it in the cinema. I was really gutted. I only found out about it after I found the 4K release, and then they were like, they put it back in the cinema for the anniversary, and I was like, when was this?
Fucking tell me.
You know, I have the Japanese program for that run, and it has the whole map of the run.
Oh, dope.
Which I thought was just awesome.
I might have to pick that up.
Yeah, you should
On
definitely
4K.
pick. Yeah, definitely. Like, what did you call it? That's its proper name. I always say Run Lola Run, because that's like
Lola Rent, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And the only reason I know it's called that is because my old boss Jeremy, his wife is German. So any German film that I've said to him, or he's talked to me, he's only ever known it in its original thing.
German title.
So
yeah.
he said, like, have you seen Lola Rent? And I was like, I don't know. And then he explained it, and I was like, oh, Run Lola Run. Yeah.
I've seen that one.
And
yeah.
like, it's always like, that's why, like, now, like, I wasn't being a pretentious wanker, and I was like, Lola Rent.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't being that guy. But I was like, oh yeah, that film. So yeah, because there's another film called Fuck You Goethe, which
That's an awesome title.
yeah, but I think it's like Fuck You Shakespeare is the thing.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy who... have you ever seen Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence?
No, actually.
Do you know the premise?
Yes.
It's essentially the same, but it's a school. So he comes in to fake being a teacher to try and get his, like, his hidden gem or hidden money back.
Yeah.
But because he then starts to, like, he becomes like a bit of a what's the word? Sort of like a rebel teacher. So the kids
like
are
they really like him.
they're like, oh, he's all right, and then he like falls for one of the things, and he has to try and whatever. But yeah,
classic. Yeah, classic.
But yeah, but like
what's that really cheesy Kurt Russell movie that I watched recently, where that woman falls off a boat and loses her memory, and then he's like what is it called? He made it with his wife.
Do you mean Kurt? Oh, Overboard.
Yeah, Overboard.
When you said Kurt Russell, I thought you said Russell Crowe, and then I was like, "Have you mistaken Russell Crowe for Sam Neill?" And you talking about Dead Calm?
Oh no!
So the fact I was like, I was so far away,
yeah,
and then it was like, wait, Kurt Russell.
And I'm like, this movie where a woman falls overboard.
They remade it with Anna Faris.
Did they?
Anna Faris.
Did they?
Yeah.
And it's called Overboard.
Yeah.
Is it terrible?
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be awful.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
But like that type of movie, I forgot even why I brought it up now. To be honest, I can't even remember why I brought up Kurt Russell's Overboard.
I mean, it's always good to bring up Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he's just badass. That's something. It was because it was like the infiltration movie, as in like he pretends to be somebody. Like wow, he pretends to be somebody he's not.
Yes.
Like it's one of those type of movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Run Lola Run. I wouldn't expect that, and not in like a in any shitty way. It's always nice to hear like a film that is like you said, out of left field. It's like, oh yeah, decent.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Like Halloween is just such an obvious choice, but that's like my favorite film, and that's not like like a special place in my heart doesn't quite fit.
It's kind of the same way when everyone's like, what's a film that holds a special place in your heart? And it's like, well, it's Jaws.
Yeah,
but also that's
your
not what I'm going to answer.
Film, right? Yeah,
I adore Jaws, but that's not the film that's like. There are certain films that like mean so much to me for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice that there's.
But I take like a special place in my heart is like a smaller place. Like Jaws is in your heart, but like it's not that special place. Yeah. That's why Run Lola Run, just because like that sort of message of like just the action you take can change like literally the outcome of everything ever. But no movie has ever done it more poignantly, but more
sliding doors.
Yeah, and it's and it's just really, and it's just like, and like the little conversation, like when each one of them dies each time, and you get the little flashback, and it's like what they're seeing. It's like that's how she got. It's always a conversation with each other.
That's how she got Born. That film.
Really?
Yeah, because she's the woman in Born.
Oh, sorry, she got born. I was like, she got born?
She got born.
Was birthed in
she was
that movie.
birthed because
I was like, that's literally how
if it wasn't for that film, she wouldn't have been born.
I was literally like, my mind literally was like...
It's like, oh, Ted's lost his mind.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Good to know.
She was born?
So because of that, like, you know, she was...
Because that's a German movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Born's obviously a American movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because after that, she was in quite a lot of other stuff. But that was her Halloween.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
But then again, I watched Death Machine the other day.
Is that the Tarantino movie?
No,
that's Death Proof. That's
Death
the one about
Machine...
the car that like hits people. No, I'm thinking of a different movie.
That's definitely altogether. Death Machine's Brad Dourif.
Yeah. Dourif. Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's done by Steve Norrington.
I've never seen it. Death Machine.
It's there. But
did you watch it on that video?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he, off the back of that, got Blade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. The transition's crazy.
And then 2 films later, he made League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which made both him and Sean Connery retire.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah. They both hated that.
Sad day. But that's the thing, I always like it when
that
you
could
see...
be like, you know, like the day that music died? That would be like the day that film died, would be like when A League for Extraordinary Gentlemen got released into the cinema.
I mean, it killed a lot of careers.
Yeah, that would be like, yeah.
Kirsty loves it.
Really?
But I'm not going to question her taste, because then I got to question this guy.
Yeah.
I always love seeing films that like went on to produce the next person or something. Like, so when you watch like Texas Chainsaw, is it 3 with Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey's in it,
and you're just
hilarious.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's like Halloween 6 is like, what the hell's Paul Rudd doing running around in this movie?
Paul Rudd doing in this
what is
film?
he doing in that movie?
But I love it. I love when you see those films and you're like, of course, they had to start somewhere.
So David at my work, I'll tell you what, he'd probably at one point be worth doing one of these.
Got his name written somewhere to be like, you should reach out.
You should really do one with him, because he used to work in LA and like, you know, I always take the piss out of him, and I was like, is there anyone who you haven't met? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, no. Yeah.
All of them.
Oh, and I'll be like, oh, you haven't met Bruce Campbell, and he'll be like, yeah, but he wasn't famous enough for me to meet. Like that would be the other way, you know.
Fuck you, buddy.
But you know, he'll be like, you know, he's totally worth doing an interview with. But he met Paul Rudd, and worked on a film that Paul Rudd did way before he was famous. It's called like. Oh, it's like a robot movie. It's like
he mentioned it the other once when I went in there.
Yeah, and it's called like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to remember now.
It's not Mac and Me, but it's
something like not RoboCop, but it's something like Machine Cop 2 or something. Like, it's got a crazy name.
And they were gonna. There was a joke that Paul Rudd was gonna have remake it.
Really, recently.
Yeah, as a joke.
He has white hair in it. It's like hilarious. Paul Rudd in the movie that he's in has like this horrible white haircut. It's like terrible. But like movies like that where it's like, hey, it's like. So David he'd be great to do, but he'd do it from like the production.
Yeah.
He did so much. He worked on so many movies. Like, he doesn't even remember them all, I'm sure. But like, I'll be like, oh, you know, someone will come in. Oh, you got Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, and I'll be like, what the fuck do you want to watch that? But anyway,
so Tim Burton's like, yeah, I made it.
Yeah, but then David will be like, oh, but I made all the cutlery in the dinner scene for that. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, have you got Armageddon? You'll be like, oh, I made the spacesuit that Bruce Willis is wearing in that.
It's so bonkers, though, isn't it? Like, when you meet someone who did that stuff.
And they're so, like, nonchalant.
Yeah, and it's just sort of like, oh, it was just a job, wasn't it?
Yeah, you did literally. You just did it because you were asked to do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, we're going to make Armageddon.
What's your controversial opinion on film?
My controversial just on film or on a film?
It's on a famous film, but I've also like allowed it to be extended to like controversial opinion on the industry, controversial opinion like on film, like in general. I think it's just a controversial opinion on like the subject of film, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just anything that has to do with film. So, like, my controversial opinion that I think Jack Nicholson isn't like amazing in everything that he's in, and I think he's a bit of a one-trick pony.
I'll let you sit with that for a minute.
Yeah.
Soft agree.
Soft agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, there was a long time where I would have defended that man to the death for his performance.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
And Shining would have been another one where I would have been like, nah, man, my boy Jack in The Shining, I love that film.
Yeah. See, my controversial opinion on that is that I think Dog Sleep's a better movie and a better...
It probably is.
And a better adaptation of Stephen King.
It 100% is.
Yeah,
I prefer, if you're going to talk to me about adaptations, the 1997 3-part TV special directed by Stephen King is a better Shining.
Yeah,
right?
Of the Shining, yeah.
Kubrick's The Shining is a great fun film.
Yes,
right.
I agree.
It's not scary,
and it gets going back to my favorite word, but cinematography and the set design in it is just like insane.
It's beautiful.
That's like that's why it's timeless. If that film wasn't filmed so well, I don't think it would have half the.
If it wasn't Kubrick,
yes,
no one would give a fuck about that film.
I agree,
because there are loads of Jack Nicholson films that are just forgotten.
Yeah,
you know,
totally. Yeah,
like it wouldn't be that fancy.
And like I do have like I'm sure a million people have heard this, but I do have the Stephen King problem with that movie, where it's like he is just batshit insane from the moment before he takes the job.
Yes,
like he's already doing like the looks in the camera, like as he's going past, and he's already doing the unsettling, and you believe that he'd kill his family.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether the point of the book, or at least in my opinion, the heart of that story comes from the slightly flawed, like, he's flawed as a dad, but that's because he's written that way because he's a human being. He's not perfect, and nobody is. But it's a man who loves his family, he
wants to do right by his family.
Yeah, he does love his family, and the hotel turns him against them.
You hear that there is a history of like the drinking, which causes him. There's an incident where he was violent with his son.
Yeah, but he's in the book. You read so much about how like he's mega guilty about it, and he's thinking about it all the time.
Like that's the trigger why he doesn't drink anymore.
And the hotel uses that against him and stuff.
And it's a fall from grace.
Yeah.
Whereas The Shining, it's Jack Nicholson has lost his mind, and he's going to kill his family.
Yeah, and he takes him to the hotel, and he's almost a bit like, this would be a great place to kill my family.
Them.
Yeah, like it just pushes them over the edge. And also, like, they're like really, and they're also written to be like, honestly, like they're almost written to be like flawless in it as well. And he's like flawful, and they're flawless family. Whether in the book they're all a bit like. They're like
everyone's
a real family.
They're humans. We're all doing our best, man. That's what we're doing.
They're all a bit like caricature in The Shining, which is something I'm not massive on.
The Shining is one of those ones that, when I was younger, let's say when I was a 20-year-old man, I liked 20-year-old man things.
Yeah.
I liked Fear and Loathing. I liked The Shining. I liked American Psycho.
Yeah.
I liked all of that shit.
American Psycho, I'd actually maybe controversially say is actually like fucking amazing, but I feel like people see
I've overwatched it.
Yeah,
so I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's just like too much. It's like not even funny to you anymore.
No.
Because that's why I think people run the barrier with it, is that a lot of people watch it and they think it's supposed to be just a horror movie.
Yeah.
And a lot of people watch it and think that he's supposed to be cool.
Yeah, that's the worry.
They're the problem people. But the movie is actually a really clever, like, this is what stupid, like, insecure men are like.
I went to a talk with Mary Harron? No.
The one that the
writer.
The writer of the movie.
Yeah,
because she did the screenplay, didn't she?
Yeah, so I went to a Q&A with her, and someone asked about it, and she was just like, "It's amazing that anyone thinks that he's funny.
Yeah,
it's amazing anyone thinks he's cool, because our character is a middle finger to yuppies."
Yeah, it's the whole point is he's supposed to be like, this is everything laughable and insecure and stupid about these type of people, and this is why they're disgusting.
And like I've read all of Bret Easton Ellis's books.
It's a tough read.
Yeah, it's a tough read.
It's very well written, but like it's a hard read.
I think I've read it like 3 times, American Psycho. Yeah. Last time I read it was about 10 years ago. It was after a breakup, and I just wanted something fluffy that I could read and make it easy. And I read it on a family holiday in Ibiza, and my cousin's kid, like, he was only little at the time, like, I think he either picked it up, and it was a knackered old copy anyway, it was dog-eared to hell, but like a section of the book fell out, some of it fell in the water, and like my cousin was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I ruined your book." And it really felt like nah, it's okay.
The universe is telling me that I'm like done with it.
We're done with that book. We've read it enough.
Yeah.
It's spent. We don't need to read it again. And I just sort of thought like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do it on purpose. I don't care. And I feel the same about the film. I watched it too much as a kid. I don't really care.
You just don't care about it anymore.
I don't care about it anymore. And The Shining is another one. I got it on 4K when it came out. I got the lovely box set, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, it's beautiful, and I really liked this film. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I don't think I do.
Yeah. I've always been in the I don't think I like it boat. That when I was younger used to kind of piss me off.
Oh yeah,
because I used to be like, why don't I like it? Because everyone else does, and it's Stephen King, and it's like Kubrick, and it looks great.
Oh my god, I've been told that I should love everything Kubrick does.
Yeah, and every time I watched it, I was just like, oh man, it's just kind of like I just don't really like it. Like it's just like it doesn't do none of the horror that it's going for is like scares me.
I've never seen it as a horror film.
Yeah,
I see it as a drama.
Yeah, like a family drama.
It's a family drama,
and then that it fails to me because I don't think the family is very believable.
Exactly.
So that's why it's a bad movie to me.
A bit like what we were saying with Obsession. I didn't see any of those flaws when I first saw it.
Yes.
So I ignore all of them.
Yeah.
And I love that. Oh, it's so fun. It's a big old meal of a film.
Yeah.
And now when I watch it, when they sort of say like, oh, that chair that was in the background and now it's not in the background, and Kubrick doesn't do anything by mistake. So what do you think the meaning is there? And I'm like, oh, they did a take with no chair. It was a good take.
Yeah.
And then on rewatching, Kubrick probably went, it's a bit dead in that background. Can we put something in? They put a chair in, and then they did good takes, and they put it all in. No, it has to have meaning. It doesn't have to have meaning.
Yeah.
The layout of the floors don't really work. Do you reckon? No. It's a fucking studio. They filmed it.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no big meaning behind all of this, and it just annoys me now. Where I'm just like, just chill out.
You almost like over churn the like how much
right?
like you almost over churn it.
It almost makes it a bit like.
And that's why I've always been like, going back to it, but like that's why Halloween I love so much because it's like it's very like it's doing what there's you like the that reading into it isn't you almost can't really.
Yes, and I think there is a thing to be said about films that you can do it. You can tell a really simple story, just nail it.
Yeah. Totally. Totally.
Like killer, family. Revenge, cool, done. There he is. Go make it.
Yeah, totally.
You can still do that.
But so many of those are massively and successful and stuff. Like the simple ideas are usually the ones that seem to capture everybody the most.
Because you can do whatever you need to do in it. As like, if they're not done well, they're shit. But they can be done well.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't know.
And I think with I'm trying to think of another like controversial sort of like while we're on the subject of it, but like the Doctor Sleep, The Shining. American. What were the other movies that you listed of American?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay, I'm not massive on that either. I'm not. Like it?
I used to be a very big Hunter S. Thompson fan.
Yeah,
and I do like Terry Gilliam's films.
Yeah,
so.
Did he do Brazil?
Yeah.
See, that movie I think is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's like
Brazil's.
That's like a 10 out of 10 to me personally.
Yeah. It's a dope film.
Yeah.
And like. That's the thing, it's I do like Terry Gilliam's films. I did really enjoy Hunter S. Thompson books, but much like Charles Bukowski and Chuck Palahniuk and all those books, they are great when you are a 20-year-old bloke. I'm not going to say bloke. When you're a 20-year-old, I think they're quite edgy writing. But then once you sort of
grow out of it.
Yeah, almost. I don't want to use those words, but that is the words I was thinking.
I'm trying to think of a better, because grow out of it makes it seem like it's an age
I'm being
thing.
Shitty, and it's
I'm
not being shitty.
Yeah.
It's just
and it makes it sound like we're talking about the people who do like it as being immature.
And that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
Not what I'm saying at all. I think it has.
Like, I'm not trying to say the people who like The Shining or think it's a horror movie are like wrong.
We'll get on that last question. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a long record.
Yeah, you're going to have fun editing it. Sorry, man. It's going to be like a few hours for you. I mean, we were talking so much about how you love editing, man. So there you go. Yeah.
Editing. So what have you been watching recently?
X-Files, a little bit. I've been rewatching that.
The show?
The show.
2 films, yeah.
Not the films. I'll be honest, I've never even seen the second film.
It's like a long episode.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I was like, I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Billy Connolly's in it.
Mainly because I've been showing my Declan and Grace had never seen it, and they're like massive, like they're huge on the Breaking Bad, huge on the.
Oh, so you wanted to show them what good telly was?
Yeah, well, I wanted to be like, well, everyone always is like, oh, Breaking Bad's the best TV, and I'm like, and I'm a little bit like, the X-Files kind of just did that writing quality, like,
yeah,
but the X-Files kind of walked, so all shows like it could run afterwards. And also I wanted to rewatch it because I loved this as a kid, and I was like, I wanted to give it like another like fresh lens. And with my fresh lens, I've been like, damn, it's so fucking good. It's like amazing.
It is fucking good, but 20 or so episodes, you really see that they had like, here's 3 or 4 at the beginning, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Here's about 3 or 4 in the middle, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
And here's 3 or 4 at the end, chef's kiss. And then we're going to give you some filler.
Yeah.
And in the first 5 series, like that filler is 80% good to 20% shit.
Yeah.
And then between like season 6 and Annabeth Gish coming in.
Is that 9?
I think it's about 9, isn't it?
Yeah.
Were they in it for 1 or 2 series?
I think Patrick...
Robert Patrick and Annabeth Gish.
I think it's last 2 series.
Last 2 series. So like say 6, 7, 8. Oh, they're tough watches.
Tough watches, yeah.
But then I really like Robert Patrick and Annabeth Gish like coming in.
I actually think if... I actually really like those 2. And I think in another world, if they'd have done like a spin-off...
Yeah.
Instead of calling it the X-Files season 7, 8, they probably might have gone somewhere.
I think that would have got a few more seasons out of it.
It would have been more successful than The Lone Gunman.
True. It only got 1, didn't it?
Here's one for you. Did you watch the reboot?
I watched the first few episodes of the reboot.
Yeah.
I
hated it or didn't like it?
I never enjoyed the storyline of Scully having a kid and them having a kid.
Me neither. And it's the one they seem to really hamp on from like mid-season. As soon as it sort of happens, they really stick with the alien pregnancy thing, don't they?
And it was because she got pregnant.
Yes.
And they thought, let's not hide it. Let's do it. And there was a whole point that they were almost going to write her out.
Yes.
And they didn't.
When she gets abducted the second time, that was supposed to be like, she's gone forever, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then Duchovny was like, nah, if you do that, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not doing it with that.
So they kept her in.
Yeah.
Which was very smart. But then when they just kept that and the cancer,
just like, keep coming back.
They keep coming back. I was like, you're bumming me out, man.
Yeah. It's like, and the whole, that's the thing with like, I find with the baby storyline, it's like so depressing.
Yes.
It's like really, really depressing.
Really
and it's like, I don't mind a bit of depressing, but like at the same time, it's like I'm trying to watch 45 minutes escape from reality TV.
Yeah.
A little bit, the same token. And like, I know it's funny we've seen about the filler, because I feel like with the X-Files, there's like almost like, there's like 2 main types of episode. There's like your conspiracy episode, which ties into your season plot, and then there's like your monster of the week.
Yeah.
And I feel like the filler is the monster of the week. But a lot of the monster of the week stuff is probably the most memorable stuff from it.
That's more fun.
Yeah.
But they lose it by the end.
Yeah, apparently the later... So I've actually never seen... I think I've never actually watched all the way through 6, 7, 8. I've just like seen them on bits and pieces.
Fair.
The first 5 I've seen, and then I was just like... Yeah, I just couldn't get through it all.
First 5's gold. Yeah.
On my watch list, though, is Polybius. Have you seen that? Is that what's called? Not Polybius, that's the fucking arcade game. That's the...
No, but... Pluribus?
Pluribus, yeah. That's Polybius is that fucking arcade game, the not real one. Polybius is like the FBI were using in like the 60s. You ever heard of that? Like it's like...
has it got Dave Harbour in as a voice actor?
No, it's not real. It's not a real game. It's like Polybius is like, it's an MK Ultra thing. It's like one of those theories. And apparently it was an arcade cabinet they were putting in like arcades.
Sick. And
teams would play it and they get like sick. Or, they were like, men in suits would come and take the Polybius machine away, and kids were getting like addicted to it.
I fucking love it.
I love Polybius. Yeah,
I'm Starfighter.
But what you were saying was better. Well, that's random you say that, because apparently it was like a shooty sort of like.
Oh, really?
Thing, yeah, which is so maybe in another life you played it. And then they removed it from your memory, the FBI agent.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking
Where's
about.
the X-Files episode on Polybius? There we go. There we go.
They did another series of it though, didn't they?
They did do a second event series, yeah. That one was like really weird, because the overarching thing went back to the fucking baby. Again. And everyone really hated it. Everyone really hated like where they went and where they finished it. Everyone's like sort of like clamoring for another series, not because it was good, but just to be like, please don't let that be the last one.
Ryan Coogler's got it.
Gillian Anderson. So, but what happened is basically they did season 1 to 5, and then David Duchovny was like, "All right, I've done my bit. Like, I'm out. I want to go have loads of sex." And everyone was like, "Okay, fair enough, David.
We get it.
Yeah, we get it."
There's that bit where there's one early season where he gets out of the swimming pool wearing tiny red,
Moulders in like the
tiniest
red
thing,
shorts,
and you're just like, "Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I get it, man."
And he left, and then Gillian Anderson was like, "Okay, I'll stay." So she stayed for like the whole thing until season 8, and then obviously Robert Patrick and things sort of took over as the main. I know, like I think both Scully and Mulder turn up sometimes, don't they? In like a couple of episodes here and there.
He's not out of it long enough. I don't think he's ever out of an entire series.
It's a bit like Rimmer in Red Dwarf, where it's like he was going to leave at the end of series 6, and then like you have like that one, like you have like a 6-episode run with Kachansky, and then Rimmer's back. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so they never really left.
They don't dare do it.
Yeah. But then, so then they didn't make it for years because neither of them wanted to do it full time, and the whole Robert Patrick, the replacement theory wasn't working.
Yeah.
Then they did the event series. I think it was an anniversary, but I think it was Chris Carter asked them. I think he was like, I wouldn't mind doing another one.
But didn't he pass?
What before? I think
didn't one of them pass before?
I thought maybe you're right. I thought it was after the first event series.
Oh, maybe it was.
But maybe I'm getting it wrong. You could be right. But they did the event series and they really enjoyed it. But they enjoyed it especially because it was 6 episodes, and they were like, "That's a nice amount." And then they got asked to do one more, and they were like, "Okay, well, we can do one more." And then it didn't do very well either. Then they asked David, and then it was David Duchovny was like, I'd probably do another one because I just love hanging out with Gillian Anderson, and I like the X-Files, like the Community. It's fun. Like he doesn't love it as much as they do. Like I saw a cool interview, he's laughing with some other. It was for whatever he was in recently. Yeah. And the whole cast was there, and it was talking about X-Files, and one of the cast members was like, "Oh, fucking Squeeze," like Ice, and like David Duchovny. David Duchovny's like, I don't even know what episode he's talking about. Like I don't know the names of them. Like
I imagine though that with Duchovny, he never cared.
No,
you know what I mean?
He was just in it. Yeah. But then it was Gillian Anderson that during the event series was like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life again. You had me for 10 years before. I've come back and done this for a bit of fun, and because I respect the X-Files, but it was like, I don't want to do the X-Files again forever.
It's harsh because she's had a successful career at the back of it, and he hasn't.
Kind of didn't. Gillian Anderson, you could probably find somebody who knows her from something else.
100%.
Like you could probably go, do you know Gillian Anderson? Oh yeah, Sex Education.
Yeah. Or Bleak House.
Yeah, where if you know David Duchovny and you go,
from his band.
Yeah. What, Californication?
Oh yeah, Californication. I think I've got it out there.
Yeah.
Like I did. That's another.
But the
show,
chances
though.
are they go who, and you go Mulder, and they go, oh yeah.
Now, even as someone who liked Californication, if you say David Duchovny, I'm like, yeah, my boy Mulder.
Yeah, Mulder. Yeah, he is spooky Mulder. Like, forever.
That's how it is.
So it was interesting, but this time, this time it was Gillian Anderson who was like, I'm all right. So this reboot thing is interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to work, to be honest. I think Mulder and Scully are in sort of the blood of why that show works so well.
I do feel like if you're going to do, Files of the Smoking Man or, the Lone Gunman, like, you might be able to pull it off. Or if you literally start it with...
Millennium, isn't that an X-Files spin-off?
Technically.
Like, it's same universe.
Same universe. I'll wait till you guys get a new version of the first series in, then I'll take that.
Yeah.
But, like, I think if you did, like, the first episode was Mulder clearing out his desk. You know what I mean?
Like passing the torch episode. Yeah, you could get that.
And then just being really open about it. Like, he's retired. The other guy's retired. I'm taking over the department. And we're going to see how long the department runs without
them. And it would almost be like a literal, let's see how if we can run it
without
them.
You guys like it?
Yeah, that would be a fantastic idea. And then you even have, like, the opportunity to have like them come back for 1 or 2, you know what I mean? They're always there on the sideline.
You've got to go ask the retired.
Mulder becomes like a Reddit moderator of like they yeah, you know what I mean?
Become one of the lone gunmen.
Yeah, or something like that, and so I think there's definitely like there's room for that type of the FBI covering, like the FBI conspiracy thing hasn't been done better than the X-Files before. And I think
Longlegs was a disappointment.
Longleg, was that the Nicolas Cage one?
Yeah.
I can't lie, I just watched loads of clips for a minute. I was just like, this looks bad. Like, everyone was really
I thought it looked when I saw the trailer I thought like, oh, this is going to be like a Silence of the Lambs thing, and then after the first 20 minutes I was like, oh, you're not going to do that. Cool.
What type of movie is it then if it's not that?
A Nicolas Cage losing his mind one.
Yeah, just like same as every other Nicolas Cage movie. I'm not huge on him, to be fair. I can see why people love him.
When he's good, he's great.
Yeah. Like I like him in like Spider Noir.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it all, but I saw some clips, and my friends were really into it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I can see why the silly, goofy Nicolas Cage works for a silly, goofy sort of detective Spider-Man.
So yeah, X-Files, doing X-Files,
and I need to watch. That's on my watch list. Is what did we say it was? Not Polybius, Pluribus.
Oh, Pluribus. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, but it's the same guy who did
Breaking Bad.
Oh, Vince Gilligan.
Yeah. It's Rhea Seehorn who was in Better Call Saul. Did you watch that?
No.
See, I'm under the impression that Better Call Saul is a much better TV show, and I
think people are.
I enjoyed it.
I think people
more.
are saying that.
Yeah, I watched both twice, and I watched Breaking Bad years before first, and my love for saying Better Call Saul is better isn't to degrade Breaking Bad in any way, shape, or form.
No, you're saying like one is better than the other, but one is a 9.8 and one is a 9.9.
Yeah, like, literally. But Better Call Saul just happens to be the 0.9. Yeah. I just think like rewatching wise, and I feel like the women are written terribly in Breaking Bad.
I remember the first time I watched Breaking Bad, I was like, fuck this Skylar, she's a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
And then as an adult watching Breaking Bad, I was like, fucking hell, Walt, you're a dickhead.
Yeah, yeah.
You are a massive bad. And you didn't turn into one, you've always been one.
And that's sort of why I like, because the show, Breaking Bad plays you like a bit of a fool, and Breaking Bad kind of forces you through its cinema techniques to see Walter as the hero even though he's a prick.
Yes.
Where the Better Call Saul doesn't do that, and I feel like because of that, both Jimmy, who is Saul, and Kim, who is like his love interest in the show, both come off as much more human and better written characters, because it doesn't try and fool you.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Bad fools you to think like Breaking Bad fools you so you're in the same mindset as Walter White, which is fair enough because that's where the perspective of the show's from. And I don't think that's even necessarily like not necessarily a bad thing, but Better Call Saul is better because in that I think in that terms of writing where it doesn't have to fool you. But like with this hating Skylar, you hate Skylar because you get to Walt's way. But that's bad writing because there's so much drama that should be from Skylar's side that shows how evil Walt is being and shows the nastiness of him and shows how like he's running away cooking meth and she's pregnant with a kid and he's dying.
And before all of that, there's loads of things he didn't tell her.
Yeah, like so much. He doesn't even tell her he has cancer.
Doesn't tell her he's got cancer. Doesn't think to like not bend the knee as it were, but like go apologize to those people and go get that money that they're offering to help pay.
Yeah, literally. Like, he shows you. Well, that's the massive thing that gets sort of like scopped over is that like Gretchen and Elliot are going to pay for his everything, and he says no, which is super egotistical and evil.
Yeah.
You know, loads, but you know, in Scott, and there should be loads of like thing, but like I'm surprised there isn't a plot line of Skylar and Gretchen, like you know, being like, what the hell's wrong with
Why
Walt?
is he not doing it?
Yeah, like what's going on? Let's figure it out.
And how? And if they're saying like you said no, so. But now you've got all the money to do it. How? Exactly.
And I feel like it misses. Like all the male characters are awesome, and there's loads of badass shit going on in it. And like Mike's a great character, and Walt's a great character, and Jesse's a great character.
As with Californication, it's just indulgent male fantasy.
100%. I mean? Yes.
So it's just like it's the same reason with like those Jack Reacher shows and the Jack Reacher books. Like I can't read the Jack Reacher
indulgent
books.
Male fantasy.
Indulgent male fantasy.
And that's where. And that's why Better Call Saul's better, because Better Call Saul isn't an indulgent male fantasy. It's a true to life like person, and it shows like I really feel like Jimmy is just and like Saul is such a better laid out real person, and you love him for some things and you hate him for some things.
But that's...
and how you feel about him is such, and that makes him real. Like you know what I mean? That makes him far more real than Walter White to me. What are you watching at the moment? You watching anything? Or do they always ask you that?
No one asked me. No one cares. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of research for film noir for a project I want to write.
Oh, so you're doing all of it. Are you going back? So there's some old ones in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of original sort of like 40s film noir and then modern day film noir. And
you should invite me around and watch them, because I've never actually seen like a 40s noir movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never sat down and watched like I was sitting in the bar and this waitress walked in and
Double Indemnity, mate.
Yeah, you know, I've never seen any of them. Like I've never seen like I'm trying to think of like I can't even think. The closest I've seen is Dick Tracy, and that's Jesus like a colourful parody.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, well then you're missing out, man.
Yeah, well, it always entices me and stuff, and I always play like, for example, like the Mafia 1 is sort of based on that type of film, you know. So I'd really love to, you know, I'd love to watch something like that. Right. You have to send me a little recommendations list or something.
I'll send you all the lists.
Yeah. Well, now I've got a place to watch
that's
stuff.
True,
like that's why like when you asked me the question at the end, like what TV you been watching, I was like, I've only just got my bloody place
I'm
together.
doing nothing at the moment.
Yeah. It's like really hard for me to watch stuff. It's been really hard for me to watch. Like, that's why like Pluribus I would have watched when it was on. Yeah. Better Call Saul I watched every Tuesday when it dropped, like for the whole run. Which is maybe another reason I think it's better than Breaking Bad, just because I have that, like...
You were there.
I watched it. Yeah, I was there. And, like, I was just, like, I like the last few episodes, I was like, you You know what I mean? It was like it really like over the 6 years I've been waiting. The last episodes just did like I was just like I was like, this is it.
I had that with 6 Feet Under. Like I didn't watch it when it came out, but I watched it recently, like last year.
Yeah,
and like when it finally got to the last episode, I was just like in balls of tears.
Yeah,
I was like, fucking yes, mate.
Like I can't believe that it just did everything that I wanted it
Yeah.
to, but still pulled the rug out from underneath me at the same time.
It did everything that I didn't expect, and it did expect, and I'm not angry or happy or sad. I'm just like
blown away. Yeah. Just all
great.
the I'm all of those emotions because it was great. I'm not just one. I'm all of them. I am happy. I'm happy. It's like it was that good, but I'm sad because it's over. You know, it's like it's great.
Mortal Kombat 2 was another film I watched recently.
Oh, how was it?
Great fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
Fun.
The first one was good apart from the human character. If you literally cut the human character out of the movie.
What, Sonya?
No, Sonya's fucking awesome. What's it, Carl? Like, no, what's his name? He's a new character created for the last Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh.
He's terrible. He fights Goro. He has like such a rubbish name.
Kano?
Like, no, not. He's not a Mortal Kombat character from the games.
I don't know if he was in this one.
No, I think he dies in like the first 5 minutes, maybe. Apparently. Or something like that.
Maybe then. I don't remember.
I can't remember his name, which stresses me. But he's literally like the main character of the first movie. He's
he Scorpio's kid? Scorpion's kid?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He's terrible. Yeah. And he was like made for the movie. And he's a terrible actor as well. He's like really bad. But the rest of it, the guy playing Kano was 10 out of 10.
Spot on.
Yeah, Kano was great. I really liked what's his name? I literally oh man.
Liu Kang.
Yeah, and then the hat.
Raiden.
Yeah, those. No, he's the electric. What's the other guy?
Oh,
Kung Lao.
yes.
Kung Lao.
Yeah,
those two were awesome as well. Although I thought Kung Lao wasn't in it enough. He gets pretty wiped out in the first one pretty instantly.
In the second one, there's arguments that could be the same.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But what was fun is that Kirsty didn't know that Carl Urban was in it as Johnny Cage.
Oh.
So, like, when he came on, she was like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's a great cast.
And I was like, spot on.
Yeah, it's
and
was great cast.
And what is nice is that he's playing it as a man of his age. So, like, he's not playing it as Johnny Cage, like...
At 20.
No, he's playing it as Johnny Cage used to be in the 80s, a really dope fucking person, and now he's not.
That's awesome.
So it's good.
That's
good.
funny. That's a much more like... That's like a fresh take on him as well, which is nice too. Because I feel like
he's got all the confidence... But he loses it a bit.
Yeah,
and it's like, nice.
That sounds great. But I really enjoyed that first movie. The Shang Tsung they cast as well. I mean, no one's ever going to be your soul is mine. You know, no one's ever going to be him. But they did a good job.
They do a good job with the second one. And like, I watched Scream 7. I Know What You Did Last Summer. This is Spinal Tap 2.
Yeah,
and like Mortal Kombat 2. And I would say that Mortal Kombat 2 was the most enjoyable out of all.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Yeah.
What were the other two? What were those other? Oh god, that just this is Spinal Tap. They made a sequel, did they?
Did you not know?
No.
Oh yeah, they did a sequel.
That sounds like a terrible idea. I don't really get it. Yeah, I don't really get
so
why.
So boring.
It doesn't really make any sense to me. It's kind of like how they keep talking about making another Austin Powers at the moment, and I'm a bit like, man, those three are just it.
And we're done, aren't we? Like, I don't think that humor would work today.
And I feel like really old Mike Myers to being like, "Are you horny, baby?" It's just kind of creepy.
And that's the thing. Like, I bet is he older than Michael Caine was?
Yes.
So, like, is it going to be like a Shrek 5 situation where it's like Mike Myers, like Austin Powers has got a kid?
Yeah, or we can do like a deep fake Austin Powers situation, which would be horrible.
That would be horrible.
Thoughts on Indiana Jones 5? I'd love to hear them. Just because the deep fake thing came up, so...
Yes. It's the first time I like 4. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
You know, for my question, when you said what movie holds a special place in your heart, I was this close to saying Indiana Jones 4 because after I saw Casino Royale when I was a little bit older, Indiana Jones was my favorite, and I was so excited for that movie to come out when it was coming out. And Indiana Jones was fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
Burger King. Toys
everywhere,
commercials. That orange and like yellow picture of him like looking to the side like was everywhere. I loved it.
Had the cardboard standee from the cinema foyer in my bedroom after it was gone.
Yeah, him standing there like with the
full poster.
Yeah, I love that
full
poster
thing
as well.
That on my wall, it took up the whole wall. I made the film up when we got it as a print, so I stole a couple of scenes from it.
That's awesome.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Because at the end, on all the tales, you had to write the name of the film, scope, what format's in, all that kind of stuff. I had done in the Indiana Jones font. I wrote it all out.
That's awesome.
I was so excited for that film when it came out.
And I went to the cinema, and you know what? I loved it. I loved it so much. When
I don't have the same complaints that people have.
Everyone's like, it's so stupid with the nuclear town in the fridge, and I'm like, is it stupider than him falling out of a raft, out of a plane, and
is it stupid as like racing minecarts?
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, we've both mentioned Temple of Doom, which is considered the worst,
and which is maybe my favorite, controversially. But...
We didn't have it growing up. We had Raiders and Last Crusade. So Temple of Doom was like a real secret. Like I didn't have it. I needed to get it. So I always think it's
because it was really controversial here, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think it's why they got the age rating.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it was I think it might be the reason they have 12 A's. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, because I think everything before it was A and PG, and then it was just like in America it was like U, PG, M. But nothing. But Indiana Jones, it's not an M, but it's not a PG either.
So they had to get like a 12.
Yeah, because like Jaws when it came out was a PG, but it's a 12 now.
I thought it was an X when it came out.
No, it was PG. Anyone could go see Jaws.
Mental.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked.
Yeah. I can think of literally the opening scene's fucking amazing.
Great fun.
I actually think that shot of him is maybe one of the most iconic ever.
With
when
the
he went the
bomb.
shadow.
Yeah.
The shadow, and then he picks up the hat. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, he's back! I was like, yeah. That, and then you got the awesome chase sequence through like the military
chasing.
base. Yeah, and I actually quite like the 60s setting and sent it a bit forward, moving it on.
I really that motorbike chase through the university. I love it.
It's awesome. Yeah, me too. Shia LaBeouf is a bit like miscast, but he's
fine.
He's all right in it.
Yeah,
I think it's probably his best movie.
Eagle Eye.
Yeah, sure, okay. Oh, I was just thinking Transformers, and then I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
He has done other things. Fury, he's good in.
Okay, yeah. I haven't seen Fury actually.
Fury. I will say like Fury is
good fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can add.
It's good. Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can add it to the list.
But
John Hurt is amazing in 4.
That's the thing. I don't think anyone's bad in it. I think
the CGI animals are a bit annoying, and the CGI aliens look bad.
CGI aliens look weak.
And that ending is a bit rubbish.
Okay, maybe it's not as good as I remember, but I would rather watch that than 5.
Ever again. Now, 4 probably... No, the thing is with 4, though, like, it's literally... I actually think it's just because it leaves a bad taste in bad people's mouth because the ending's not very good.
Yeah.
I think the intro sequence is amazing. You got... And then... so you got like the intro sequence, then you got the chase inside, and you got the little arc reference, and you got, when he whips and then he goes back and lands into the car, and he's like,
beautiful.
shit, I thought I had that.
Yeah.
It's great shit. And it like punches the guy, and it's awesome.
It's the right noise.
Yeah, and then you get that awesome fight, and then they get blasted by the missile thing, and they're like, that's a great bit. And then you get like him and the FBI like wash him down with the radiation. I love the Nuketown bit to bits. I just think it's fucking awesome.
That's the thing. Like, I don't have any issue with that film until much later.
The skull is awesome, and unlike Dial of Destiny, it actually has so for example, all of the artifacts in the Indiana Jones movies, bar the dial, have an awesome theme to go with them. I can't. Can you think of the Dial's theme? I can. But Lost Ark has the.
I just the whole when we were watching 5, I said to Kirsty, why am I bored during an Indiana Jones
It's so
film?
annoying. The first 20 minutes is like a CGI video game, and it's quite exciting. And then nothing happens in the movie. Where's the adventure?
No adventure.
And why the fuck did they kill Mutt in the war? It's so depressing and brutal and mean to the viewer. Okay, we didn't like him that much, but that's not what I meant.
And I think there is a way of, you could have had him lose his son in the war. That wouldn't have been a problem. But you could have also had Mutt MIA.
Just MIA, yeah.
And he's MIA because he's on his own adventure.
Exactly.
That's his business.
Yeah, yeah. He's out, he could have been like, oh, he's just a bit like how I used to be. He's like, he wanted to go do his own thing, and, I can't blame him. And, and then you have another, and then, I don't know, and where's Short Round in Dial of Destiny as well? Like, they had one last chance to put them together, and they didn't bother, especially with, Heikyu Kwan being, so,
he's an Oscar winner now.
Yeah.
Come on.
And also just, it's just so like just the lack of adventure in it. It's like Indy has no love for the adventure in that movie, so therefore you have no love.
And like there was certain bits where it was clearly CGI or it was a deep fake face, and like it was the difference between having a 20-year-old doing the stunt and then a 70-year-old man standing up.
Yeah.
So you're just like, all of a sudden this person's doing like weird head turns.
Yeah.
And then like they're doing a perfect forward roll and then they can't get up.
Yeah, and then Harrison Ford like can't run.
Yeah, and you're like, well,
what are we going to do?
Do all of
one
it.
or the other.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. And I just thought, and it had no pace into it either. It's like,
No.
why you'd stick that like big, massive 20-minute flashback at the beginning and have all of this action and adventure, like the whole movie is going to be this roller coaster fucking, it's in last Indiana Jones movie, let's go for it. And then just have the whole middle section movie. And also, I love that Indy and Marion get married at the end of 4. Why on earth would they change? Like, them to not be together again. Like, the whole point of 4...
Just to get back together again.
The best, the event for no reason.
Yeah.
For no, like, she just turns up as well. She's just there.
I heard you needed me.
It's, from who?
Phoebe Waller-Bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Also, it would have made more sense, I think, if he had... I didn't like that there was actually time travel, because
I hated that too.
What I do like about the Indiana Jones, especially in like the first 3, like, there is an element of fantasy, but not.
Yeah, no, the fantasy comes from like, no, there's an element of like, that's another thing I have, which is like, which I really liked the game for, is that the first 3 movies are like kind of Christian movies, but in the sense where God, the Christian God sort of is real and exists.
Yeah.
And Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I sort of forgive it because they were like, you know, they were trying something new.
It's Roswell, it's aliens,
and they
it's
were
the 50s,
like, George Lucas's idea was to like move it on and do like a alien, like the alien thing was sort of the point. It was it was the inspiration to make it almost.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like, you know, those 50s like sci-fi comics.
Yeah.
Which I respect. But the thing with Isle of Destiny, it doesn't even have that going for it. It doesn't even have like a fresh idea. It just is the time travel and history are not the same thing.
And like it would have made more sense, and I would have given them slightly more credential.
Yeah.
If they had Indy go back in time and stay.
Me too. I said that too, and I said that taking that choice away from him is nasty. And I actually didn't mind the idea of an Indy going back in time, and for his whole life he searches for history, and then in some crazy turn of events he ends up there.
He's part of it.
That's kind of beautiful.
And then, from a horrible fan base perspective, you can then erase the fact that, like, not erase, but that's the whole of his arc. Anything you do now, it's a different Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So if you want to reboot it, because you're gonna,
it can be that way.
You can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
The Indiana Jones we all know, that's him.
Yeah.
He's done his whole thing.
Yeah,
so if you do a new one, it's a new one.
Whether having him come and take the hat on, it was just like at the end as well, it was just like, I was just like, it's not, you can't be like, this is my final depressing movie, and then be like,
hey!
Yeah, you can't be like that. Whether like in Indiana Jones 4, the whole thing ends, it's like, everyone seems ready for another adventure, and he takes that off Mutt, and he's like, and he puts
Which I like, because then it's like, no, you're not getting this.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that movie doesn't really give you the idea that it's over.
It ends on a much more positive, like, we've gone through something, this could be the end, we could actually, Indy's now going on a new adventure.
With it in love. Yeah, you know, and that's fine. Indy's, but like, it's not a new adventure, it's just not an adventure movie, Dial of Destiny, and that's where it fails.
And my friend Sam really rags on any of James Mangold's films, because he's just like, make a character that you all know and love.
Old and depressed and then
kill
Logan.
Him. Yeah, so his thing is all just like, he doesn't like James Mangold films for that reason, and I'm like,
it's kind of fair, I guess.
I don't. Didn't he do The Wolverine?
It was Logan. It was.
Did he not do The Wolverine though as well?
The bad one.
No, that's Wolverine Origins.
Oh yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah,
no, not that one. The Wolverine. It was
that one in Japan.
Oh yeah, maybe he did actually. Yeah, I think he did.
Old weeb over here loves that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. To round up, do you have anything you want to promote?
Anything I want to promote?
Your music?
Yeah, sure. I can shill my music for you guys. Yeah, awesome. Modern Reptiles on Instagram would be the best place to follow my music. I've just actually, we've been on a bit of a quieter space at the moment, rearranging stuff, but I've just got a new bassist in, and so we're a 5-man now. We're looking at doing our next gigs. Look like they're going to be around like the end of the year, which I'm really looking forward to.
Fun.
New music in there. our own stuff. We've got one song out on Spotify and YouTube and Deezer and all that. It's called Twisted Generation by Modern Reptiles.
Nice.
That's a bit of like your classic hardcore punk stuff. The stuff coming up is a bit more like ska and bouncy. Okay. This one we sort of was like, well, we'll hit them hard with the first one. This is our sort of our cinematic rock entrance onto the field and such, which is awesome. So Modern Reptiles, Instagram, Spotify is probably the two best places to support us. Yeah, that's basically what I have to share. And then if you wanted to, you could type in Halloween, a fan film on YouTube. It came out in 2018.
I will, if you send it to me, I'll link it.
Yeah.
So
I made that when I was like 14, 15. So you guys got to give me leeway on that one.
Maybe.
But that'd be fun. I think you'll see the Carpenter sauce in there somewhere, which is awesome. But yeah, and thank you for having me. Of course, like I genuinely feel a privilege to be in the
It's
hot
been
seat.
a long time brewing as well, because we've been trying to get this going for a while.
Yeah, and get it sorted. I just had such bad circumstance. Yeah. I don't want to come in here and be like, I've been watching nothing.
That's just fucking misery.
Yeah.
But no, like I liked that, because when I saw you yesterday and it was just like, when can we do it? It's like, tomorrow? Yes.
Yeah, I was just in the mood. I'm just in the mood right now. I'm just like the enthusiasm. Yeah. But that's awesome. But yeah, that was great. I'm looking forward to listening to it and being like, oh, I hate the sound of my own voice.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
Of course.
This has been a Lovable Rogue Productions podcast. Thank you to everyone that listened. If you want to help out your life in film, then download it, like it, share it, and give the pod a follow. I didn't realise till starting this that a download is the way they measure success and not just a listen. So, listening means nothing. Make sure you check out my guests on their socials, which will be in the description of the episode. Take a look at my letterbox. I've made a list of all the films that have been mentioned on the pod. There's fucking hundreds. So you can find some good films there. There are some good ones. There's some fucking weird ones, and I love them. Quick shout out to some of the podcasts I'm listening to. Caliber 9 from Outer Space. That's Rob and Joe's. That's really good. And then The Villain Was Right. That's a great fun. Check that out. If you really want to be a mensch, give me that money. There's a link in the description. It'll explain it all. But a download and a share is excellent, and I actually appreciate that a lot more than you'd think. We currently have no sponsors, but I am open to them. I'll shill anything. I don't care. This has been a Lovable Rogue production. Thank you for listening.